This is your elevator music.
Oh, where's Clobby?
Oh, yeah, wait. Did it stop?
It did.
The commercial stopped?
It did.
Oh, wow. Didn't hear it. All right, everybody. Sorry, I'm apparently later than I'm like about 5 seconds behind everyone tonight. Maybe 10 seconds. I don't know. There's a time.
Oh no, Clubby's time traveling. Somebody tell Captain Cockney Spock.
But as Chris Persia says, we're missing the iconic confirmation that we're live.
We indeed. There we go. So welcome everybody to, that was, I don't know what happened to me. Welcome to CLOBBERIN Clubhouse, number whatever the hell it is. 40, number 40.
40.
Wowzers, 40.
Yeah, that
we're getting
used to
old.
be 40 used to be a shout number from friends of mine explaining basically it's when we the anywhere from 14 to 15 to 16 times that we went to see Star Trek 3, the Wrath of Spock. There you go. The Search for Spock in 1984 at the theater. Clued and another friend of mine, every time Admiral Morrow would incorrectly say, Jim, the Enterprise is 20 years old, we would always yell, 40! And of course, the audience would look at us and say, what the hell's wrong with these losers?
These geeks and nerds.
Yeah, so
Have
40.
You ever watched competitive darts?
No.
Okay, I love watching competitive darts. It is such an adrenaline rush for me. I realize, nerds, generally speaking, third time.
Not to generalize.
Generally speaking, according to studies, aren't really into sports. They're into more like cerebral pursuits. That is one of the one of the sports.
Baseball, but go ahead.
Yes, lots of nerds do love baseball, but I do love darts. Like I absolutely love watching darts, and that's what I hear. I hear the English announcer yelling when one of the dartsmen has missed, and he 40.
Wow. Well, we should if we'd known we would have yelled it that way. Let me acknowledge this super chat by our good buddy Dave Bob.
Dave Bob. I said.
Thank you.
I said. Dave Bob's here.
The great Dave Bob, I should say. He says, "Here's a few bucks for having to suffer through this declining show. I'm very disappointed that this is happening. I hear you, brother, and thank you so much for that, Dave. I really appreciate it. And worst thing is we got to get up early in the morning. Just kidding, Loki. We'll stick it out to the bitter end with Loki in the morning. So there you go.
Well, it's a morning of mischief.
Yeah, it'll be the morning of mischief. All right. So let's see here. I guess we'll say some hellos and we'll do some show notes. Or should I do show notes and then hellos?
Let's do your show notes.
Show notes first. Somebody's in a good mood. I wish I was. No, I'm just kidding. I'm in a good mood. Just kidding. Okay, well, everyone, this ought to cheer you up, but ought to cheer everyone up if you're into Saturday night Star Trek, that is, because Saturday night, which is all right for a fight, the song says.
It is.
Here we go. Saturday night Star Trek number 80, the beginning of another leg of our ongoing mission to review all of the 735 by the 735 Club. That is all of Star Trek, real, legitimate, actual, true Star Trek, 66 through 05 only. Nothing else after that matters. That's all Sino, Star Trek in name only, and in a bad name it has. But this is, I guess, this is chapter, in a sense, I guess, chapter 4.
Season 4.
Chapter 4 of our journey.
Yep.
And we will start with 4 episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and I am very much looking forward to that, and I can't wait to. Well, I'm already well ahead of watching the episodes, but I can't wait to talk about it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you will. Those who joined us for the other treks will join us for this. We'll see.
I sure hope so. And yes, Hungry Boy, I love pool. I play competitive pool. So does my offspring and my husband. My husband is actually a master pool player. And my daughter, my offspring, she won a Charlie at the World Competitions in Vegas this year. So yes, nice. I do love pool. I love pool and I love darts. And yeah, chess is a big one with nerds too.
Niceness.
And my husband's a chess teacher, but I'm not good at chess. I'm not. I'm just. I don't know why. I'm good at backgammon. I like backgammon.
I miss backgammon. I played that in a long time. Used to love it, but not that I was any good at it. But
I used to play a lot. Yeah, I was like.
I don't want. I was gonna say I don't want any jokes in the chat about pocket pool. By the way.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, I love pocket pool.
Now that I've said that, I knew they were gonna. Someone's gonna do it. You know how it is.
Oh, I had one of those sharper image pool tables at college. That was fun. God, the little mini pool table. Fit in your dorm room.
That's not exactly what I was.
You are so innocent and adorable. I love you, Mark. This is why I'm going to protect you until the bitter end of my life. If anybody ever says anything bad about them, about you, I will not only shin kick them, but I will smack them about.
Ooh, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next 45 minutes will be show notes. Show note part 2.
Part 2.
Please join us. Hopefully, we'll have Sunday Night Geekery.
Yep. I'm back. I'm back. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. 10 p.m.
Eastern.
Eastern. Okay.
Yep.
Then Monday night. Mark, we're still on for this, right?
Yeah. Yep. I got to reread that this weekend.
The chief engineer joins me for a CLOBBERIN classic comics review. Marvel graphic novel from the 80s, The Big Change, the Hulk and the Thing by the greats as Jim Starlin and Bernie Wrightson.
That's a classic. Okay, looking forward to that. Yeah.
First choice in comic. And go ahead with anything else you got before I do my next show note. Come on. I want to get the show notes done so we can talk to people. I'm just kidding. A week from, by the way, the week after that, it'll be 2 in a row. CLOBBERIN's classic comics reviews. The great J-Man will join me to review Batman number 321. But next Wednesday night will not be a wild card. It'll be a celebration. Because no matter how long it takes, I'm going to count down all of and rank all of and rate every single episode of the great science fiction classic Blake 7.
I have League that night, so I won't even be able to watch it, and I won't even be able to tune in. That's a Wednesday?
That's Wednesday night, yes.
Yeah, I have League that night. I'll watch it on the rerun.
Cal's going to cancel their League.
I'm not canceling League. I have to play.
I'm joking.
I'm just going back into pool now. It's been a few years since I played because of the stupid vid and because I had things to do academically, so I wasn't available for League at night. So I'm just starting to get my groove back, and I'm on a really great team that I love with some really, really star players. So there's no way I'm skipping League on Wednesday.
They'll be like, "Why are you looking at your phone in between chats?"
Yeah, I mean, why would you even think of it for that?
I might, Mark, that's a great idea. I could wear my cordless
you could listen.
Headphones, right?
Why would you bother? It's not going to be, like I said, interesting show or anything. It's going to be blathering along from about Blake 7 for 5,000 hours probably.
Yeah.
Who'd want to listen to that? I don't even want to.
Me. I want to listen to that.
I just don't want to listen to it.
I love
won't
you.
go
You're
back
one of
and
my
listen to
best
it.
friends in the whole world, and I love your mind. I think you're a cutie patootie, and you're smart and cool and funny and great to be around. That's why. So
I guess none of you. I guess it's time just to come out and admit it, everyone, that Raquel is actually my mother.
okay, everybody.
Even
Shin
my-
kicks for Clobby. Shin
even
kicks.
my
It might
mother
break
doesn't.
my feet, but shin kicks. Shin kicks.
Even my mother doesn't talk that nicely about me. Well,
Your
definitely
poor
doesn't.
mother.
But anyway, so yes, I'm looking forward to this next wedding. And I'm still, if I can get all the work done for it and all the pictures made, and I hope this thing holds all the pictures. Ugh, damn.
I have a workaround for that. It's a very simple workaround. I can show you how to do it.
It might work, but it might
would
be,
work.
it may have enough for the. There may be room on this thing. I just don't
But
know.
I can show you on StreamYard how to do a easy thing, because I listened to the StreamYard streamcast and I had a question and they answered it. So I'm exactly on what you're trying to do. So
Thanks.
That's boring stuff for after show. Yep.
Oh,
I shall
Dave
consult
Bob,
you. Thank you.
How I love you.
So I'm going to back my chat all the way up so we can say our hellos,
Okay.
because that's the important part. Show notes,
It is.
we'll get the show notes out of the way, but the important part is saying hello to our wonderful friends who are here with us tonight. And by the way, first I'll start out by saying hello to anyone who is hearing this later on that rerun. Thank you. I never thank you enough, and we really do appreciate you joining us or listening to us after the fact. It is very kind
supporting
of
the channel, supporting this show, and
Appreciate
being
you.
a part of the conversation. We know you're there, and a shout out to those who also leave all of these positive comments for us all the time. People
Thank
like
Yes.
Eric O'Sullivan, Lord Thoth. Hungry Boy's here tonight, but Hungry Boy always leaves these amazing comments, and just Clobby's right. We really appreciate you, and thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Whenever and however you're doing that.
And please like and subscribe if you would.
And
haven't already.
share this show.
Well, I wouldn't ask you to plague anyone else with this show. But,
I am. I'm asking you.
That's the record, folks. She's asking you, not me. But if you do, I appreciate it. Now to the folks who are here. A great fan from Schroeder.
Auntie!
J-Man. Brother.
J-Man!
Good to see you there, buddy. Hope to hang out with you soon. And, of course, the great Chris Persia. Thank you, Chris Persia.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Millions of kisses for your whole face.
Our aforementioned buddy Dave Bob. Buddy.
Hey,
We'll
Bob.
be hanging out with. Oh, but yeah, that's another show. Now we'll be hanging out with Dave Bob tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central, on Loki's channel, Loki Mornings of Mischief, our good buddy Loki, and with our Orville review. Let's see here.
Did you hear this rumor that's been going around about Dave Bob?
No.
People are saying that Dave Bob has a weak mind, but like a smoking hot bod.
Moving
I
on.
can neither confirm nor deny that.
I'm sure Dave Bob doesn't mind if I don't talk about his bod. I'm sure he's okay with me not talking about that. He won't be in the slightest offended if I don't talk about his bod. So, but I respect him and all that stuff. But I'll leave that to the ladies. How heteronormative of me, I know. Wendy Webb, lovely to see you, lovely lady.
I'm a warrior.
Yes, indeedishness. Pleasant Valley Picker. Did I already say that? Oh well.
DC!
Say it again. Hey there, man.
Hello.
I had to back the chat all the way up, so let's see. Keely Chow, roll that tide. Keely.
Ooh, Todd. Hey, man.
So I'm now scrolling. Scrolling music. Scrolling music. Apollo meets Minion and
The pepperoni. The pepperoni.
Sorry, Apollo me that you have to put up with that nonsense.
That's who we
Such
are.
unprofessionalism around here. God damn it, I want everyone to be serious. Don't stop and laugh and make fun of things. Stop all this laughing.
Look,
Damn it,
sometimes
this is
we're
a
like
serious
talk
show.
radio, where we're serious and cerebral, and we unpack complicated issues. And other times we go FM rock radio, and there's really nothing we can do about it. Saddle up, lock and load.
Except we can't play any cool music like I used to on the old BTR.
This is true.
Hungry.
We can only sing it.
Hungry. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that either. No.
Oh, they get you too for singing it?
Yeah, Dibcock has to sing only, non
Wowzers.
public domain stuff.
Only the lonely.
You can't. If you finish that sentence, we'll get in trouble.
I know.
Hungry for proper inking like Wrightsons. What's up, hungry boy?
Oh, I love his new name for tonight. Hungry for
love
no more cheesy music guests in sci-fi. Love you. Ding, ding,
Where?
ding, ding.
I haven't seen that one. I'm still singing "Hungry for Proper Inking" like Wrightsons. By the way, Wrightson did some inking, but I mean, I never thought of him as an inker, Hungry Boy. So, but he was a great artist. But I'm trying to think of who he inked that often. So you're gonna have to fill me in on some. I know he's done some inking. Don't get me wrong, but I always think of him as a penciler extraordinaire and an artist who is so great when he inks his own stuff. By the way, needs to ink his own stuff, and usually did. Captain James T. Skywalker. Skywalker. Cheap.
Hello, Captain.
Damn it. Mark Alert Seth. Hello there, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, and I saw that you miss the Starry-Eyed Girl. I love the Starry-Eyed Girl.
I did.
We were friends on Twitter like 4 years ago. I absolutely love her. And she endured some unpleasantries in social media when she did some podcasting and stuff. But rumor has it that she's back. She is appearing with increased frequency. We all love her and missed her. So, Mark, fear not. Starry-Eyed Girl is back on the scene.
I didn't see what you were talking about. He was talking about I missed Starry-Eyed. She goes on Type 40 now. My old buddy, my buddy's Dan Hadley's show, the great Spacebook feller. She was on Top 40 today. Type 40 today, talking about Doctor Who. And yes, she's a lovely person. And
sweetheart.
Dan and Ian and all those folks over there are some great fellows and ladies. They had a nice mix of lovely ladies and some blokes over there talking Doctor Who on Dan's the Spacebook, his Type 40 show. And I've been on there before. Great guy.
Yeah,
Linrod. Good to see you, Linrod. Yes, I'll try to get if he wants to come on the Blake 7 show again on the round table, not the episode countdown. But
did you see that he's going to be joining us for Saturday Night Star Trek because we're at the iteration that he favors most?
Who is?
Your friend Dan.
Dan Hadley?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he tagged me. He's a sweetheart of a human being, and he's actually really stoked. I said, "Welcome aboard, welcome to the crew." And then I told him, we might assign you ensign, we might assign you lieutenant. We're not sure yet. And and he said, call me to duty anytime. So I think he'll be there on Saturday. And what a sweetheart of a man. And I haven't talked to him since the last time we were on a panel together. So it will be good to see him and know that he is out there and is a part of the crew.
Well, LT will be constable, so maybe we can make I don't know, Dan, if Dan wants to be, like in ops, and we'll definitely put him in ops doing something. Dave, what's up, Dave? Hello there. Ezra Goldstein. Again, by the way, thank you everyone who joined. We had a big crowd last night. I was shocked. Thank you all of you who were here, Dave, and I know Ezra was here and a bunch of other people. Thank you so much.
And I was listening from the road. I was on my phone, so it was a great show, but I couldn't, type or text while I was driving. So you guys kept me company late at night, which is good. So good show last night.
Didn't catch a word of that.
You couldn't hear me?
No.
Yep.
I can hear you.
Oh, I didn't hear any. Maybe it was me then. I was just.
Sorry. No, I was saying I was listening in the car on my phone on the way home to your show last night. Yeah, so it was nice keeping. But I couldn't. You can't react in the chat. You don't want to get. You don't want to text while driving. But
no, I got it. It was just me blathering on. Thank you.
It was much better than all that other junk on the radio.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. The Comic Relief Crusader. What's up, Booter?
Good evening.
Joe's Atmosphere. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for joining us.
Good to see you there, brother. Hang on, everyone. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I had to pull the chat way back, of course. I think. Oh, everyone jumps on me. Dang it! So
You have the friendly giant in the United States.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys don't look up. Look way up. That's for all the Canadians out there.
Mr. Angel, what's up, Shaf? The
hello,
chef.
Hello, chef. Chefy chef.
I think if I miss anyone, I apologize. I think Snail Messiah. All right, buddy.
Evening.
Hey. Good pal, good friend of the show.
Snailing on some broccoli while lurking with my leaf. Aw.
Oh my goodness. Well, there we go. If we hope we didn't miss anyone, we'll of course acknowledge people accordingly and when they show up. Welcome to CLOBBERIN Clubhouse, everyone. It is so good to see. I'm just I'm always excited about. I'm excited about Saturday Star Trek. Everyone I do, but I mean, it's almost a toss up now. How my excitement getting to be on with my wonderful, the greatest first officer, the beautiful Raquel, and nowhere near as beautiful, but kind of okay kind of guy, Mark. And on this show every Thursday.
So you're saying I'm kind of handsome?
Well, you're not
so you're saying there's a chance?
No, not really. There's no chance. Not with me, but he doesn't need me.
Well, that was the one funny Orville line this week. You know, so when the guy was saying Gordon, he's handsome. Isn't he handsome? And then it's like, no, he looks better going than coming.
Well, it's Norm Macdonald. He'll get all the funny lines anyway.
Yeah, I love Norm.
Well, Norm would be sad there, but it's I always look forward to this the most. This one or the Saturday night when they're both equally. Again, when it's just me goofing off on my own. Although I'm really looking forward to doing the Blake 7 one.
I'm looking forward to doing the Blake 7 one.
I can't. The round table. That's going to be a cluster ass. I'm looking forward. I'm talking about my countdown of the episodes.
Well, that's going to be incredible.
Well, because and again, it sounds ridiculous and arrogant, but it's hey, Time Lord Spock. What's up, Captain Time Lord Spock? Because it's never been done, or at least not by me. And let's face it, it can only be done by me. I've decided, folks, and you could just say what you want to say about this. A ranking and rating countdown of Blake 7's episodes, all 52 of them, excuse me. Okay, see now. Probably has never been done. At least I know it's not been done by me. And I don't think the universe can last much longer unless it is done at some point. And frankly, there's nobody in the known cosmos more suited to the task than myself.
True.
I'll fight anyone on that one.
True.
And I'm just going to do it.
True.
I don't think anyone else.
And you're the Blake 7 expert, so
he
you're the preeminent expert.
Is.
Yep.
Like, just name an episode, describe the scene to him, and he can do like all of the dialogue. It's bat poop crazy. It's bat guano crazy.
Well, with my memory, I'll get fuzzy on doing verbatim dialogue, but all the big standout lines for sure.
Yeah.
But I was kind of doing this because I was hoping Max Redstone would show up and get mad at me. I was trying to rattle his cage by saying that, but he thinks he's the boss of Blake 7. But just kidding. We love Max Redstone. He was here last night.
Maximum Redstone.
But no, I am looking forward to doing that. Again, nobody's going to care about it but me, but I'll have fun just pretending people give a shit about Blake 7.
I'll be there, but I'll have to be there after because I have league.
The question is, can I do it inside of like 20 hours?
I was when I was first watching Blake 7, I was talking about the episode. My memory's so bad. I'm like, oh, what was the name? I'm describing what's happening in the episode. You're like, that's season 1, episode 5, the web that you're watching right now. And then he's rolling off the quotes from the episode that I just watched a few minutes ago and can't remember the quotes.
Yeah, well, when the first time I watched Blake 7, because I think I've watched it through twice now. The first time I watched through, I was like, the suspense was building, and I would send these cryptic messages to our walkie-talkie. You remember that, Mark?
Yep.
And do you remember how he was like, I know what episode you're on.
Yep.
I did not say it like that. I want to, Your Honor, she is not my attorney anymore. I did not say it like that.
No, he did, and it was cool because it was unbelievable because I was cryptically like complaining about certain things, like I cannot believe she just did that
because you were ahead of my watch.
I know what that is. I know what that is. I knew you weren't gonna like that. You're on episode, and I was like, holy smokes!
Yeah, because you're ahead of me in the watch and watching Blake 7. Yep.
It's an
So, yeah,
unhealthy.
you didn't want to
Because I do
spoil
my
it. Yep.
homework, Mark D with a C.
Well, it was like
It's an
when
unhealthy
you were on Cardinal Sins a few weeks ago with the Spider-Man comics, and
Uh-huh.
the great Canadian Spider-Man was recapping an issue, and he said a plot point, and you were kind of like, no, I think that was in the next comic, not in that comic. And of course, it turned out Clobbering Times, of course, was right. Having read the issue and only probably in 1978, and Canadian Spider-Man had kind of read it, but it picked out, a minor event that had happened. And I was just laughing because
I can't explain it.
you remembered, well, I don't think that happened in that issue. Oh well,
Yeah.
so yeah, good. You have
I
a good
can't
memory.
explain it. I have a
No
terrible
one should
memory.
ever underestimate him. The thing is that Clobby gets stream brain. So if you try to do some sort of weird rapid fire thing with him, he might hesitate and he might say, just let me think about that for a minute. But if you have a full conversation with him, his brain is fully engaged. He forgets everything else and just starts rattling off facts and dialogue, dates, names, the situations. Like he has it all, and it's one thing that I really truly love about him. He's not a trivia person as much as he is a giant geek brain. And so if you can have these wonderful dynamic full conversations about these IPs, about these beautiful stories, and the deeper you get into the conversation, the more knowledge he is able to recall. So deeper conversation is preferred with Clobby rather than the weird I try to stump the geek type of thing. I don't like that situation for him. You just let him talk. If you just shut up and let him talk, he is a miracle.
Oh, you're too kind. And people are going to start asking, how much are you paying her to say that? Believe me, I couldn't afford it.
Gold press Latinum.
Number one, Apollomy. And yes, I know you've mentioned this a couple of times. Apollomy. She says,
What's this about?
if you could let know R.M. Briggs Star Trek. Yes, she's got a picture for you, a Star Trek picture. The thing she did for me, the wonderful
That was gorgeous.
Thing Hulk piece of art that she did for me.
Yeah.
I love that pop culture curator. Well, she's got one for you coming up. It's a Star Trek picture.
Amazing.
That's all I'll say. But
Wow.
well,
I'm
to be
very
fair, 'cause I can't
excited.
remember.
Oh my goodness, you shouldn't have. And I am so flattered and I'm so honored. And I will definitely put it in my office where we do Saturday night Star Trek. That is absolutely amazing. You didn't have to do that. Oh, you're working so much. You're in the truck all the time with the pepperoni. Apollonie's Minion, thank you, sweetheart. You're a sweetheart of a lady.
A wonderful friend of the show. We love you, Apollonie.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. We have let's see. Mr. Angel says, "Be warned, I am a bigger Blake 7 fan than Star Trek fan." Well, I mean, no shame in that, but I mean, I put it this way: Blake 7's in my top 5, the top 4 of all-time favorite shows. But I do kind of favor the original series Star Trek a little bit more.
Boss man, pop culture curator just walks through the door. Everybody say hello to PCC.
I did. You didn't hear me say it?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm reading all these comments. Sorry about that, Clobby.
No, we're good. Don't worry about it. Brain, what is brain? One day I'm going to rank the Trek episodes. It's going to happen.
Nice.
But,
we ranked Trek together, didn't we?
Well, we did our top ones, yeah. But I mean, like, rank all of them.
Episodes, right?
Oh my gosh, that would be a massive undertaking.
Yep. And doing this with 52
episodes. That's a big spreadsheet. Good.
Yeah, I wish I had a spreadsheet. I don't have one. I had them. If you would laugh at my so-called the way I have those episodes, I don't have a spreadsheet. In other words, just have to put them in a Yahoo message. I save all my stuff on Yahoo.
On Yahoo.
Okay,
like
so this is
a composite email. It's an email.
So now
so
everyone in the chat realizes why we're all friends. So Mark immediately opens up his Microsoft Office and names the document Ranking Star Trek. Yep. And then he will take his sweet time doing his list. I immediately take out a piece of paper and a pencil. Then I grab a few extra sheets and I grab my little clipboard and I start running through all of the shows and I put them in order. Clobby opens an email and just starts hammering the titles
Leaves
in.
it in an email.
This is who we are as friends, folks. This is the three of us, the three musketeers.
I
my wife for years
email drafts.
That's awesome. My wife for years had a boss. This is years ago, but had only knew how to use Lotus 123. So for all you youngins out there, that was the first Excel spreadsheet before Microsoft gave away Office for free.
Yeah.
Put Lotus 123 out of excuse me, out of business. So our boss would type memos and essays and everything for work in Lotus 123, which is not made for that. So the spacing was all messed up. They'd have to copy and paste. It was just she's like, can't you learn how to use? Yeah.
I have a Google Docs thing, but it just is too complicated for my pea brain to figure out. So
you don't have a pea brain.
Boosh
is here.
Hey, Boosh.
Fermez la bouche. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that would make all the Canadians laugh. So let's.
I got that too.
Hey, Bush. I'm trying to. What was the episode? We're about to review the Orville, folks. If you want us to, and I mean, if you
I actually have show notes this week.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I mean, since they went to all that trouble of actually, making it and everything, I figured we would review it. But I forgot the name of the new episode. The title of the new episode.
Midnight Blue.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Midnight Blue.
So I can make a spoiler thingy.
That was a song. Was it Midnight
Blue?
Blue?
It's the first thing you think
Blue.
of.
Yeah.
It's a cheesy song too. Who does Midnight Blue?
It is, yeah.
Wrenches, expert wrenches. Hey, speaking of
Night
wrenches,
Ranger?
where's my Eric K?
Oh, he said he couldn't be here tonight, I think, last night.
What the heck? I love that guy.
What's that? What's
Great
that? What's
bronze
that?
Wrencher.
Oh, what happened? Is the Bronze Wrencher here?
No, I was asking where he was.
He said he couldn't make it. He couldn't. Yeah, he said he was going to.
Boo!
But still, shout out to the great Eric K.
Yeah, we love you, and we miss you already.
I count all 735 Trek as one entry. So Doctor Who, Star Trek, and B7 are my top three. Wow. And J-Man just now watched Blake 7 last year, or earlier this year.
It's because Jason is the greatest person. Jason and his wife, they're great people.
I think that's right, huh? Did he say?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's also an author. Everyone follow him on YouTube. If you're not following him on YouTube, and then you don't automatically follow him to Amazon and buy his work. He's a writer. He's an author, a good author too. And so is his wife. Buy some stuff. It's cheaper than a coffee. Get your bums over there.
J-Man is the man. So you want to go ahead and tackle this thing?
Yeah, let's do
it.
Sure.
Why not?
All right, everyone.
Sorry if you can hear cars.
That's right.
He
said he just saw it.
It's hot here. Okay. Have the windows open.
Not a problem.
I think it's hot in Canadian land.
It's hot up there in Canada. It's funny. I've been seeing not just you, number one, but another lady friend of mine who's in Montana. A lot of other friends from up north talking about this heat wave and how hot it is up there. And I'm like, down here it doesn't feel any different. I mean, I can't, maybe our heat got bored and decided to go on a vacation up north.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's normal. It's horrible down here. Don't get me wrong, but it's a day ending in Y for that kind of heat here. So I guess it just doesn't even. Maybe there's an actual real crisis heat wave. We'd never know it because it's no different from any other.
Yeah, because you're always in hell.
It's always.
Yeah, here it's always been hot like this, but we have been breaking some records, not to the extent of the UK, but generally speaking, I think we're a lot warmer than the UK up here. Remember, folks, I live in the foothills of the mountains, the Canadian Rocky Mountains. So it's always been hot here, but I will tell you one thing that I've noticed since the 70s to now is that it's a lot more humid here. And I don't think people, except for people like Clobby can understand it. And definitely my friends in Cuba can understand it. When you add a tremendous amount of humidity and the air becomes wet and it's hard to breathe and it's hard to escape the heat, I find it's much worse. When it climbed to like 38 degrees Celsius in the 70s here, the humidex was relatively low. So you had this lovely dry heat and I could just roast in that all day. I mean, I didn't even take my hoodie off when I was in Death Valley. I love heat.
Yeah.
But when it's wet heat and it interferes with your ability to breathe, and you feel like you're being smothered by the like the dankness of the air, it's an entirely different scenario. So like when people are like, oh, it's plus 42 here today, and it's like Death Valley, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But when it's plus 42 where Clobby lives, it's like being in a coffin. And I don't think people get that unless they've traveled quite a bit. It's
Right.
just, it's unbearable.
It's tough for me to sleep this time of year, which I did not sleep at all last night because of it. Sometimes just,
well, I was camping for the last week, so yeah. I mean, it's nice to get back home last night. Yeah, it was hot out there. Yeah.
True that, Dave Bob. True that. Let's see.
Well, the humidity kills you too, because the I wonder how people lived before AC. Thank you to Mr. Carrier for that great invention. But like your shirts just get soaking wet, just hanging. I have I put up a line in the tent. You're in a big canvas, old-fashioned tent, so you leave the flaps are all up, and you have a clothesline. Like you have I was scout camp for the week, so you have like your shirt, just it's soaking wet, not doing anything in it, and you put it on. You're like, oh, this is so gross.
Yeah.
Pop culture. Yeah, we are gonna talk about the Orville
a little bit.
We are going to talk about the Orville, but just remember that Clubby's Clubhouse is a place for geeks and nerds and dorks to unwind and to indoctrinate normies. This is the Shoot the Bull. That's why it's called the Clubhouse. And
Right.
Oftentimes it's completely spontaneous, complete improv, and we go with what the chat wants to talk about. But we will be talking about the Orville.
About to start, yeah. So, well, you want to get on? Anybody ready? Or
let's get it on.
Get it over with. I'm just kidding.
It was a long episode. It was almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't try to watch it last night.
126.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was 126.
Was it really that long? I didn't realize that. Okay.
You liked it that much? It went by that quickly?
Yeah, it just felt like 2 minutes. All right. All right. Well, look, everyone, the way this works, if you've not seen the episode yet, we're going to run this little Chiron here. And while this is running, we will be spoilering the hell out of this episode. And once it's off, you can, in other words, if you needed to mute and you come back later, when this is off, we will no longer be talking about spoilers of the episode. Linrod, that's what this warning is for. Good deal.
Yep.
For those who do not want to be spoilered.
And BC says, Raquel, where I am, we rarely get any humidity. In BC, it's almost always dry heat. Yeah, I love dry heat. And he says, you guys have not responded tonight. I don't know what that means, sweetheart, but we're definitely responding to everyone in the chat. Or maybe you don't mean that. Maybe you mean something else. Tell me what you mean, honey.
Pleasant, we try. If we were just, we love all you guys. We try to respond, when we can. But if we just sat here and responded to the chats all night, we couldn't have any topics. We couldn't talk about anything. So, I don't know what to tell you, man. There are tons and tons of 90-some-odd% of, or 80% of, 89%, whatever it is of chats that roll by, we don't get a chance to address.
Yes, even when we're reading,
no matter on any given night, it's
well. The thing that happens too is I'm reading the chat. I'm trying to do the chat too, and try to respond as much as I can. But then sometimes it's human nature. You lose your train of thought, or it's tough to catch everything. You
mean
you're
like
trying
me?
to speak. You mean like speak and speak and read and type at the same time? No, but
you mean like me every time I'm on air?
Yeah.
Yep. And then I look like a nincompoop most of the time.
No, we look.
I would love the chat though. Yeah. So
Captain Time Lord. No, we're not saying that. Please keep typing everything. It's just, we watch all the chats that we can. It's just that you can't get anything done if you have topics or different things to talk about.
We said hi to you, honey. I yelled, Basie!
We said hello to everybody.
Yes, we sure did. We always do, sweetheart. Maybe you just were missing.
Well,
did you go grab an adult beverage? Did you grab a wobbly pop?
Yeah,
did you excuse yourself and go to the ladies' room? If you did any of the above, you missed us shouting you out.
In fact, we shouted you out twice. Pleasant. So anyway. All right. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Orville, Season 3, Episode 8, Midnight Blue. Shall we let our lady start?
Well, traditionally, I get to go first, but
Oh, go ahead. I don't care.
Because
Do it. Ladies first.
I go and then Raquel
I don't
ruins the
you wanna-
episode for me.
You want to
quote,
flip
I'm
for
joking.
it? I don't care.
I don't care.
No, I
So-
don't want to spoil your life. So just get out your fifis, and then I'll crush your jeans afterwards.
I can't believe you did that, Mark. I thought last time you wanted to go first.
Well, I was
What's wrong with
joking. Yeah, what's wrong with me?
Chill.
Joe!
Hey, Joe. Yeah. Yeah.
Pop Culture Republic.
Pop, 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 pop.
So, proceed, one of you. I mean, that's an order from the captain.
That's an order from the captain.
Captain's
Right.
privilege says
You want to go first, Raquel, or me? I don't care.
Marky
I don't
with the C. If you do not go immediately, I'm going to shin kick you into the
All right.
ocean.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, I'll go. All right. And I do have notes this week.
Oh my God, go for it.
Nope.
All right. So season 3, episode 8.
Hey, wait,
Midnight Blue.
hold on for 1 second. I
What?
want to do my Clobby impression. Okay, Mark, notes.
What are
My notes. They're my show notes. Yep. Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So we get that. We have opens with Kelly and Bordas with a funny. Kelly's in the I guess in the mess hall, and kind of a funny scene. I did like that, where typical father-daughter relationship, not knowing how to talk to a daughter who's showing an interest in a crew member, and then Bordas right away is like, "Then you would talk to her." I got a good laugh out of that one as a dad. I thought that was pretty funny. A little sappy. The next scene when Kelly approaches Topa and comes up with a excuse to talk to her with some training exercises, and then the next scene Topa appears in engineering and says to Scott Grimes, how would you like to have dinner sometimes? And all the engineering crew is kind of like, hey, stupid, she's interested in you and romantically or has a crush on you. But what struck me, it was a funny scene, but the creepiness of it in terms of Topa's age. I mean, of course, they three. They've said the Mocklins on the show, and I'm reading the wiki pages, the age. So maybe she's like equivalent to about 12 or 13 on the show. But that scene would.
Chris Persia did research on that for me, so that he could take the collective temperature of the fandom to figure out what the fans were trying to rationalize, and that is what Chris Persia uncovered. He actually uncovered a window. So apparently, like, there are fans barking back, like arguing back that she's 12, 13, and 14. So it's Chris Persia established that it's a window, and I went and looked at it afterwards, and sure enough, of course, his research was correct. People are excusing it and saying that, oh no, she's 12, oh no, she's 13. Oh,
well,
no,
the maturity. What I've been reading is that her
physically, right? Not
physically, like the way they
definitely not.
Yeah, chronologically, she's not.
She's
but in
not.
terms of
She's a 3. So because of what Chris told me, I have been telling everyone. I've been using the words in my notes. She has been alive for 3 or 4 years.
3 years. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but they had to use gimmicks to make her so they could have their little messages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that scene would have worked a lot better if you had like a 16 or 17-year-old, crew member who had a crush on an older, puppy dog love, they call, that kind of thing. But then as I'm reflecting on the scene, and of course, Norm Macdonald had a funny, the funny line we were saying before in terms of, Gordon, he looks good, right? But the scene was just, in retrospect, was just very creepy. It just I just don't like that.
Creepy is the exact word I used in my
that
notes.
age difference. Because, and wouldn't Topa also know how inappropriate that would be, and the age difference, and also someone who's an officer, and not one of the other kids. I'm assuming that that one of the other kids on the ship. Mm-hmm. That's what we all thought it would be.
When you're 3 or 4, and you're human, and you're a male, you're not even potty trained yet. Not fully, anyway. That doesn't usually happen until kindergarten, because males have to sort of figure out what their need is, and that's usually why baby girls are able to potty train sooner. Is they have one function, and they signal the urge and then they go. So I want you to put it into the context of a daily life of a post toddler. a 3 or a 4-year-old. It's quite creepy. It's extremely creepy,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Which
I
wasn't
didn't like
Gordon's fault. I mean, that
No.
was,
No.
But why write
But-
that?
Well,
Why
you
write,
think with
why
Topa-
why
it?
write
It's just-
that?
It's silly.
Yeah.
The whole thing is silly, really.
I mean, the
It's,
line was funny. Hey, no, hey, you know, she's way too mature for you, right?
Minimus
you
is
know.
here.
Hey, Minimus.
Minimus!
So that, you know, that part, I didn't. The comedy part was good, but the age difference really bugs me.
Creepy!
And then I guess you find out that you find out that each year they've got to inspect the sanctuary planet according to the agreement that they have,
The Accord.
the accord.
Mhm.
And then Kelly suggests, why don't you take Topa to the planet? Which, you know, I thought was a ridiculous thing. And the
Ridiculous.
admiral also.
Yeah.
Why would the admiral send the Orville, which has Topa on the ship, who was the scene of you know, the cause of that almost destroying the union between them and the Mocklins? All the Orville does is cause trouble, right? And why would, you know, then Kelly would say, well, I think it's to be safer. Why don't we keep you on the planet? You know, you can't go to the planet. Excuse me. Even though if you definitely want to meet, you know, your hero here, Avina, but we can't have you go to you know, go to the planet. Just seemed nuts to me that the, you know, the admiral would send the Orville there. Just didn't make any kind of sense to me. It's like you're just asking for trouble.
Why not send another ship, for God's sake?
Yeah. And they go down on the ship and there's no security. There's just two people, you know, on the ship. There's, you know, they're supposed to only have hand weapons, I guess. But then Bortus tells Topa stay on the ship. Of course, she stupidly walks out on the ship so the other Mocklins can see her. It's like, what the heck is she? I guess she is 3. I'm like, your dad just told you to stay on the ship. And she just stumbles
Mark,
out.
she's physically 12 or 13 or 14.
Right? So
Wow.
that really you know, if I'm critically reviewing a show, sometimes you can you know, ignore things or, you know, suspension of disbelief, but I'm like, that's kind of like the kid in Walking Dead, Carl, that kept getting into trouble, and you know, in the first season everyone's like, just let a zombie eat him already. So
well, and you know, Mark, you raise a good point, so I'm just going to interject here. You know, I've been studying writing in post-secondary for pretty much my entire life. But you don't have to study writing and literature to recognize when a story is not working. And so a lot of times you're going to see these modern corporations attacking fans, saying, well, you know, just shut your brain off and enjoy the show. But I will tell you, as an academic and as a person who teaches writing and has a degree in writing, that that's not a fair way to treat the audience, because if anything is written to the extent where it takes you out of the story, you find it distracting. It pulls you out of your imaginary headspace, the world that you're creating inside of your mind, to go along with what you're watching or what you're reading. The failure is in the author, not in the audience.
yeah, great point. Thank you. Yep. So yeah, so they're in Bortus and Kelly are the inspection party for the Union, and of course they show, you know, the planet looks like a paradise, really. You know, it's idyllic, you know, typical, you know, sci-fi farming, you know, and they're all passing all around their crops. It looked very low tech, but of course looks you know, looks gorgeous. And of course there's a mention of Dolly Parton, we'll talk about later, you know, the voice of the revolution. Havina mentions her when they go to her house, and there's a kind of an inference in the beginning that Bortus and Kelly might have something for each other, which was an interesting. I'll just say very interesting for yeah, for his race, in terms of if they have how do I say this without getting in trouble? They could be punished, or one of the characters in the previous episodes, life in prison if they were with another.
That's right.
Had sex with another person. Heterosexual sex is illegal.
Yes.
So that would be, you know, just that was an interesting take there. One of my show note questions: does the planet have any defenses? They're showing this, you know, high tech, not so much a high tech planet, but they've, you know, what's protecting them there. You know, if Mocklins decide to show up. And then you find out that Havina is actually violating the agreement. They're smuggling Moclan females to the sanctuary, and then she tells Topa. So this really puts her in a bad light too, because she's putting this 3-year-old at risk, telling her they need a communication array. Basically, they need the Orville. They need we need you to be a spy, and I'm going to tell you the name of the person who's our contact on Moclan, and I'm going to tell you all the communication codes. So they cut away from the scene. Excuse me, you don't hear the name of the person, but Helvina tells Topa all this top secret information and basically enlists her as a spy, risking her life to break this accord.
Maze.
Hey, Mazerus.
Hey, Mazerus.
Well, so since we had an interjection, I just want to defend Mark here. And Minimus, Mr. Parrish says, P.S. Don't blame Gordon for Topa's infatuation.
I don't think
he
anyone
did begin to think of her as a little sister.
Yeah.
I just want to say that that's not the point that Mark is making. Mark is actually making the point of, which I fully support, why write it that way? Why?
Yeah.
Why write it that way?
Yeah.
We're already
Nobody's
struggling with
blaming
the fact that the kid's 3 years old, but you're making her physically 12. Why? Why write it this way? Don't.
Well, we know why. Agenda.
Yes, we know why. But I just had to defend Mark against Minimus there. I'm shielding Mark from Minimus.
Yeah, I don't think anyone blamed Gordon. Anyway,
No. Yeah, but just that it was very awkwardly. It was a funny scene, but it's just that age difference is too much for me. But of course, it's not Gordon's character. I thought the scene could have worked just as well with a younger cast. Someone else on the ship. You could have had that same comedic. A few of those comedic lines there too. So
well, and since they're so good at dispensing advice to strangers' children, why didn't he turn around and say, you know what? Hey guys, can I take a beat for a second here and take Topa for a walk down the hall and explain that in human culture you have to be an adult. You can't be a post-toddler in a 12-year-old's body. We don't do it that way. And when she gets older, she's going to have a crush. She's going to fall in love. I mean, that would have been really nice. It would have been a really touching moment, a really beautiful moment. But at this point, Topa is younger than Gordon's kids. So the fact that they tried to play it like he was too stupid to realize that he was supposed to engage in sort of like fatherly or dad-like behavior is complete BS. And it takes you out of the story. So anyway, go ahead, Mark.
So they get to the talking about that speech with Topa, and Phantom said, there are no instances. No, of course there are, but that's what happens. That's what's happening in this story right now. So and they've got these luminary kind of like fireflies that look really cool, all different colors, of the rainbow, and the kids are looking at them, and that's the backdrop for the speech. And Kelly's making googly eyes to Bordas at this point a little bit. And Topa, of course, sees the blue one, which is the rarest one, and follows it off. And at one point, I was wondering if that was a lure or something that was set up, but I guess it wasn't. It really was one of the blue luminaries or fireflies, as you want to call it. And the Moclans come off the shuttlecraft and kidnap Topa. So you wonder, I'm going to try to go through this more quickly, but. They finally find out, it seemed like hours later, that Topa's missing. So a lot of time, it gets dark at night and they're searching for and then they finally go to the shuttlecraft. They find out the engines are damaged and they can't use their landing thrusters. Their comms are damaged. So basically the Moclans tipped their hands by damaging the Orville shuttle. So they can't communicate with the Orville. But Mercer actually knows something's up too. And she finally admits to when the Orville goes to the planet. I guess the timing on this, I'm trying to figure out. I guess the shuttlecraft they had left, and then Havina admits to violating the agreement, and saying that what she had done and giving Topa the information, but she's upset about being the victim of Moclan bigotry. And Mercer actually had a couple of good lines there, saying that.
Yeah, when he's reading of the Riot Act.
Yeah. She said, she'd do anything to please you. You're her idol, and
it doesn't really make up for it, though, does it?
but he does have a couple of good lines I thought there too.
He does,
So and
Yeah.
she's basically saying, the struggle for equality requires sacrifices.
Not
There's
from a
more than
child,
one
you
life
idiot.
at stake
Yeah.
here, Captain. Yeah, I snagged a few quotes. Yeah, thousands of lives hang in the balance.
Mhm.
What do you mean? I violated the terms of the agreement. So newborn females are once again being relocated from Moklis. Asked Topa to help in our efforts, and she agreed. Help how? By acting as a link in our communications network. I shared critical information with her. Somehow Commander Kodon must have discovered
There's a
this
good
and
point.
taken her for questioning. What exactly does Topa know? The name of our primary contact on Moklis and the quantum frequencies. Mercer, don't advertise tactical opportunism. Advertise tactical opportunism as pious morality, because that's when you lose me.
That was a good. Yeah, that
That
was
was a good line. I really like that line because he's protecting Topa as a family member.
Yeah, I know,
as
but
a
it's
crew
still
member
kind of
there.
a cheap and cheesy way of addressing it. We're really talking about
Yeah.
using a toddler as a child soldier. And, in my mind, Topa is 3 years old. I can see
Yeah.
people arguing that she's 4 years old because when Seth was directly questioned on Twitter, he said that a year had lapsed. So people who are trying to make excuses saying that she's 4, I get that, whatever. In my mind, the kid's 3 years old. So I just think it's, the opening up the can of worms of the child soldier thing and then walking away from it again is
Yeah.
once again this idea of Seth MacFarlane getting himself involved in social science and then acting like a coward about it.
Yep. So
Do it or don't do it.
yeah.
Do it or don't do it.
Mm.
And
Hey,
then
Maddie's daddy. What's up, Steve? And Larry?
Maddie's
Hey.
daddy. And Larry. Yep.
Hey,
So-
Larry, Larry, Larry. You could say it twice, but you ought to say it thrice because he's a pure gentleman. I love
Wow.
you, Larry. And Maddie's daddy.
Trampoline.
Thor
All
in
right.
Vegas.
Maddie's got a trampoline. All right. Very cool.
Oh,
That's
cool.
awesome, But be safe on that trampoline. That's the first thing my insurance company asked me. Do you have a
She's very-
trampoline on your property?
I imagine it's a really tiny kitty. She thinks she's,
yeah.
I don't think it was like a big ass one in the backyard or anything. I wouldn't know. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
You know what you should do, Steve? You should get her one of those things that they have at the football game. Those big inflatable things that look like a big tire, but they
Bouncy
put the
house.
people inside of it, and then they make them run all over, bumping into one another. Get her one of those, then she can't get hurt. Put a helmet on her and put her in one of those. She'll be like the bubble baby.
Put her in bubble wrap. Yeah.
Bubble wrap, Maddie, please.
Yes, it has a protective net.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
good. We know
Thor
Steve
would
is-
never
is
let
no
anything
fool.
happen.
So, yeah.
Yep. So getting back to the episode. So Admiral Halsey, I guess, says, well, if Helvina wants to testify to the Union, she could admit what she did and violated the agreement, but maybe we can use that to open an investigation and get Topa back. But I read my notes. I said she refuses to testify and acts like an a-hole. And then we get to the Dolly Parton scene. So the security officer. I thought everyone loved that scene on Twitter. I thought it was a fun scene, but it's just so hokey and throws you. I mean, it is the Orville with comedy, and got Dolly Parton's a legend, right? So we love Dolly Parton. But so they have this setup. It was just so cheesily done in terms of. And Helvini, I know what Mercer's trying to do, knowing that she's a Dolly Parton fan. So they've got the simulation room, and Dolly Parton. It was actually Dolly Parton, and they.
But the thing is, she's nearly 80 years old, so they filmed that in like the house that replicates her house at Dollywood. So they actually went to Dollywood and filmed in Dollywood with a nearly 80-year-old woman.
She looked
Like,
great
I love
for
her
80, I
and
have to
stuff,
say.
but
Yeah.
Come
She
on.
She did a nice job, though.
She's gorgeous and sweet, and I love her with all my heart. But still, anyway,
Well, it was just the
wait until it's my
cheesiness the cheesiness of it. But
oh boy.
And then, but Venus says, "I've put a young girl's life in danger to achieve a greater good." So she knows what she's done. And then Dolly says, "If you do the right thing in the here and now, the future is a way of taking care of itself." And then she sings the song "Try," which is a great song, great lyrics. Try to make the most of every moment. It was kind of like a Disney musical at one point there. And
Yeah.
And of course that, you know, it was just a very cheesy flip, but the scene was fun. It was, you know, it was a fun scene, and you know, if you're a Dolly fan too. But I was reading Seth's Twitter, and he said, "Fun fact: Dolly and her side of the cabin were filmed in Nashville, while Helvena's side was filmed in L.A.
Yeah.
Thanks to the director and talents of Dolly and Rena Owen, the actress. You'd never know it. So that was a, you know, little cheesy but fun cheese. You know, if the Orville's going to do that." I
that kind of
mind.
stuff doesn't bother me that much. I mean, on the order,
Yeah,
but
it was fun. Yeah,
I found
And
it
Dolly
so
just looks
hokey that like
Yeah,
it was hokey. Now
it
That's
made
hokey,
me
yeah.
cringe so hard. And the bad thing about that is that I love Dolly Parton, but have you ever watched Dolly Parton being interviewed?
Mm-hmm.
So then you know that she's actually extremely intelligent. So
Yeah.
I think that they could have, instead of, oh, silly, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. Instead of all that, she could have said something profound to her and really messed with her mind, her responsibility in the matter or whatever. And so, you know, it's very important for people to realize that Dolly Parton has an amazing rack. She has been well maintained through
You said it, not me.
through
You said it,
some
not me.
operations. She's been well maintained. I don't begrudge her that. She has a beautiful personality, is incredibly generous. She's a philanthropist. She is just a caring, genuine, glorious human being. But it's also super important for people to realize that Dolly Parton is not a nitwit. She is very intelligent, and I think that they don't put her to good use here.
There was a publicity shot of Dolly and Helvena standing together. Maybe photoshopped. Looked real though.
No, but the actress did go to Nashville
Yeah,
to film
Helvena
it.
Oh,
went
okay, the
to
actress
But then the
Nashville.
scenes,
okay.
but the scenes with
Okay.
that looked
Yeah.
like the Orville side were filmed
Oh,
separately.
okay.
The shots of just
Probably
her
at
looking the
Dollywood,
other way.
because I think that that's
Yeah.
actually
At
the
Dollywood,
house
yeah.
at Dollywood where you walk in and you realize how she grew up. So like a one-room house. And so you understand the level of poverty that she grew up in.
Oh, dirt poor. Yeah, they told the
Right,
story
right.
of getting her toes almost cut off, and her mom had to sew her. And
I
so
love
that's a
that
true
woman. I
yeah,
love her.
No, so I didn't. I kind of like the scene. I agree with your criticisms are valid, Raquel, but I still enjoyed the scene though. Yeah.
Didn't bug me.
Hey, Zachary. And
I love you, Chris. Sometimes I just got to call it though, baby, because Chris, you know what I'm like when I feel like the conversation could turn insincere if I don't break the tension by just saying what everyone else is terrified to say. So
yeah, I would never say that.
I love you, Chris.
I would actually. She has a great rack there. I said it.
All right, you said it. Yep.
Incredible.
I
and
What? All right, I'll say it. What knockers? But I'm quoting young
What
Frankenstein.
knockers?
Now. Frankenstein.
knockers. I don't know if I can do knockers.
Yeah, no, ladies should never say. Only dudes should say knockers.
Only dudes should say knockers. I can't say
okay.
that. I could just say that she has really nice girls. Her girls are amazing. Bring on the girls.
So then we're on the shuttlecraft with Topa, which is a heartbreaking scene, though. She's saying, I want to go home, see my dad. And then the guy on the ship says, shuttlecraft says, tell me, little worm, were you this imponent before they cut off their kaflash, which I guess is a word for something else.
Yeah, you're a
I
male
guess
member.
Yeah, so that made me wince.
God,
Yeah, so then they take her to interrogation room, and the interrogator, who's missing an eye, looks all, horribly disfigured. Says, you're a female outcast, conspiring with other females to undermine the moral foundations of Moclan society. Your leader, Helvena, has been strictly communicating with a traitor on Moclis. We have reason to believe that you know his identity. Is that true? And of course, you have this horrible scene where this interrogator is actually torturing a 3 or 4 year old girl.
Good night, J-Man.
Yeah. Good night,
Take
Jason.
care, J-Man.
Just wait 1 second before he leaves, you guys. I just want to get his. I think he gave a rating, so I just want to start. Okay, Jason, you can leave now. Please tell your wife that I said hello. Everyone, please sub to J-Man's YouTube channel. Thereafterward, I would like you to go and find that URL at the that reveals where he is on Twitter. Then get your butts over and support his writing. Jason and his wife are indie writers, and they deserve your support. They certainly support me, and I love them for it. Very noble, honorable, and just loyal friends. Love you guys. Good night.
Good night, J-Man. Yep.
And a month's pay for Johnny Carson was a lot.
Yeah. You got
Back
paid a
then.
lot, Jay. Yeah. Oh, God bless Johnny. God, what a great talk show host he was. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So then they finally have a scene at the UN. Call it, it's a planetary union. All the alien races, members of their union, are there, and one of the Mocklin ambassadors says, "What if her crimes?" Referring to Helvina. She's the one who should be investigated. She makes outrageous claims that we've abducted a child, when in fact she admits stealing infants and smuggling them as contraband. And then the admiral says, "We have every intention of addressing Helvina's actions, but at the moment our priority is the safe return of the missing child and her guardians. The council has no valid reason to conduct an investigation of my government or any of my people. You have no facts and no evidence, only the word of an admitted criminal. The only fact presented here today is that she violated the agreement. Arrest her." So that's the ambassador's take. Then Kelly and Bordas are on the rescue mission. Bordas violated Kelly's orders to take phaser rifles, calling for lack of a better term, onto the ship, onto the shuttlecraft.
you.
And he says,
Good night, Dave Bob. Yeah.
Night, Dave Bob.
and she says, "Good job," or basically, says, good job not listening to my orders. And then she falls off a cliff trying to take a ridiculous jump when turns out they could have, I guess, walked around the cliff, because as she falls off, Bordas goes down, puts a healing device on her shoulder. She's only torn a ligament, although it looked like she fell 50 feet and should be mostly dead, if not entirely dead. And then they
Cracked
almost
her skull open when she wrapped her head off the rocks.
Yeah, and they're almost about to kiss there, and then the device beeps and saves us from the kiss. But they have a touching scene where Bordas basically says, she's basically like family now, and thank you for being there to help Topa. And I thought I didn't want to see that attempted kiss or almost kiss at the end, because you don't need that. He could have said those
months
lines
in a prison together on a planet once. Months.
Yep.
On a prison on a planet where they were going to be executed, remember? And they didn't have any of that kind of crap.
So I didn't think they needed that.
Yeah, it's Counselor Camel Toe and Mr. Wu fall over again. I just wanted to raise a point about what Larry was saying. Yes, Dolly Parton is a prolific songwriter. I think even more prolific than Prince. So there are several, rock bands, Whitney Houston, tons of singer-songwriters out there who use the songs that Dolly has written. She is such a gifted songwriter. And this is what I mean, Larry. Like when you have somebody like Andrea Katsoulas, or you have somebody like Dolly Parton on the show, and they're like a bona fide intelligent person who's plugged in, use them to the maximum. Don't make her do her little giggly thing, because in real life, when she does her little giggly thing, she comes back with an extremely cerebral comment that usually leaves everybody with their mouth gaping open, wondering how this cutie patootie of a lady came out with something like that. And I would have liked, if they're going to use her like that, they should have used her like that. So love those comments, Larry. And I think it was Chris Persia who said, did anybody else get a General Chang feel out of the interrogator? Chris Persia, I did. Ding, 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 ding. Please continue, Mark.
I can see that, Yep. So after Kelly and Bordas almost smooch, they go on the rescue mission. Topa folds. Of course, I can't fault her for that. I probably would have folded a lot quicker. With that pain stick, Klingon pain stick, aka Krill pain stick that the interrogator, had taken years to find, and he describes how painful it can be. But one thing I know, then Bordas, of course, is the anger of a parent, and they shoot one of the head guy there, and then the interrogator's left, and Bordas basically puts the pain stick through his eye, and I don't know if he killed him. He seemed like he was still moving at the end.
He was
so
still
of course,
I was afraid they were going to deprive me of seeing him beat the crap out of that guy. At least we got that.
So we got that. So Kelly kept yelling at him, "Stop, stop, stop!" But I don't,
Stand
of course,
down.
As a father or someone did that, tortured your child. That's to be expected.
Killed that Duras.
Yep.
Yeah. So the only one thing I thought the plot hole though, Kelly should have ordered him killed, because if Topa should have said, I told them who the contacts were, because then they can, if that person survived, he can say who the contact is on Mockless and what the communication signals are. If they're on, quote unquote, on that side, you can't give up that information, especially the frequencies are one thing, but the actual name of the double agent or the spy on the planet, I thought that was a big
One other thing,
plot
Mark.
hole left open.
Remember the episode I mentioned about when they were on the planet in that prison camp because of what their birthday were, their birthdays were. What about that scene where they decided, screw it, we're not going to get out of here, and they went and killed a bunch of guys? They went with machine guns and started blowing guys away in that prison camp. So now you got to work, and that, I mean, those guys, that was far more of a violation than them in a shootout to rescue his child. So her with her holier than now, let's, don't kill him stuff. You know what? Blow his ass away. That doesn't
make sense. Yeah,
beat him and then kill him.
Yeah, that
Nerat and Axamanda Bear. Hey,
Nerat.
I mean, technically, you're not supposed to, the guys surrender to that point, but in times of war, too, a lot of things that happen, especially since he knew. Topa should have said, I guess she was in shock, but she should have said something that, hey, I had to tell them, Dad, I couldn't hold out. And of course, the shuttlecraft is, they say, hang on, we've got to take off again. We don't have the launching thrusters. And someone in the chat had mentioned, of course, they can land. They can land, no problem, but taking off is difficult. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting who mentioned that in the chat. As I'm trying to read both things at once. Dave,
they don't have taking off thrusters or whatever, but they can land with no problem.
Yeah.
Because that line that carries that liquid, or that line that carries that information, I guess it would probably be like a fiber optic cable that would carry the information, has been cut.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense that they can land, but they can take off. Yeah.
Yeah, and Phantom saying his brains might have been scrambled. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I wouldn't have left any doubt there if I was on that mission.
He had one eye, and he just now he's going to be blind. He's going to come back looking for revenge on Bortus.
Which is also a trope from ancient Greece, right?
Yeah.
The seer that is always wrong is always blind. So, that was a little weird.
Yep. So then they're in the shuttlecraft, which has that cool cloaking device, which I guess they don't use the cloak after they take off right away. I don't know why.
I don't understand why they're not using the cloak.
The cloak. I mean, if they're cloak coming in, let's just cloak going out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Kelly says, fall behind them. After Borda says they have an exhaust port. Their flaw is their exhaust port. So they target the Star Wars exhaust ports and destroy the three shuttlecraft or fighter craft actually that are trying to not take them out, and they destroy them really easily, even though the Mocklins, are creators of most of the Union weapons or, advanced, civilization that's very warlike. So that was a little ridiculous, I thought, too, in terms of how easy they were. They should have just had them use the cloaking device to get out.
And Mr. Parrish, nobody in the chat should assume that gentleman is going to survive. I think it would be incredulous if that gentleman were to survive. I use the term gentleman very loosely. The Mocklin interrogator. It's just as likely that when they turned to leave the cave, that he would have died from shock. You can't shove an electric probe in this and barbecue somebody's eyeball and eye socket, into oblivion and just have them live. So if they did make them live,
well, the Mocklins are written as being much tougher than humans. I guarantee
he's coming back with a bionic eye, just like you said.
Of course. Yeah, he'll probably, Mr. Parrish is correct. He probably will get a bionic eye because the show is pure cheese.
Yeah. So then they go back to the UN, I'm going to call it, just call it the UN, and one of the Mocklins says, you chastise and demean. Oh, no, this was at the private office with the Admiral. This is, you chastise and demean our culture at every opportunity. And one of the other military people says, it's not a referendum on your culture. And then Gordon says something, makes a noise, and they look at him and say, Human, do you want to say something? And he says, look, I'm not supposed to talk here, and I'm probably going to get court-martialed, but someone's got to call out these a-holes. Gordon, don't. Every time they cross the line, we let it go because they're scared to fight Kalan. We're scared to fight the Kalan without them. And every time we compromise, they still act like they're ones getting the shaft. And then Gordon sits down, and then they head back to the chamber. Yeah, Gordon's right there, but I was surprised that they let him say, in a diplomatic situation, someone that lower ranking. Why was he even in the room? He should have even been in the room there, which didn't make sense to me. It's not like he was in the public UN with a big huge crowd there. He was in a private meeting chamber. So the Mocklin ambassador is speaking and says, if anyone in this chamber can credibly dispute the legality of our position, let him stand now. Basically telling everyone,
it's like being at a wedding. Speak now or
Yep.
forever hold your peace.
Hold your peace, right? And of course, Bordas and Kelly then, I don't know how they knew how to head to this conference. The communications on the shuttlecraft were destroyed. It seems like they headed straight to Earth. I don't know how they even knew that conference was taking place, or they just assumed it. How'd they get through security? No, just they're able to waltz right in there. Kelly looked really skinny. It wasn't a good camera angle too. That's just an aside. She arrives at Topa.
What are you talking about? She could take Clyde and Mark.
She could take Clyde in any day. Yeah, all 110 pounds of her. Yeah, and all the council. Bordas tells everyone off and says you're basically a bunch of murderers, liars. They were going to kill my daughter. So the actor who plays Bordas is fantastic with some great emotion.
I wrote Peter
great emotion in that scene.
Macon?
The way he emotes through the makeup is fantastic. And as a dad, I'm like, I kill you bastards. Hello, my name is Antigua Montoya. You killed my father. Now prepared to die. That kind of emotion that works so well in a story. So that part of the scene I really like. But so then all the council stands in response, and of course then we get cut to Kelly and Ed, and you want some coffee, and then she says 90 proof blend. I know Raquel would catch that one. He says, I thought you might need it. You're the best.
Yeah.
Just don't breathe on the admirals. So we got another reference to alcoholism there. Yeah. And then basically, yep, it's Hollywood. Yep. So and then the admiral says they're talking to the admiral. Mockless has been expelled from the Union, and when it is, it'll be a messy divorce. Ship deployments, crew reassignments, shared military assets, and at least a dozen battle groups under joint command. A lot of ties to sever. And it goes without saying this will be a major blow to our defensive posture. We're now much more vulnerable to the Kalon. What about the colony? The Union has voted to recognize it as a sovereign state and to place it under our protection. So basically the episode ends with no punishment for Havina. The Union is left much more vulnerable to the Kalon. And, Topa was enlisted to become a spy, and Havina, basically used her as a child soldier. I don't know why she couldn't have found someone else in this vast network to help her in her cause instead of putting a child at risk.
And why didn't they demand the return of the women that they had taken hostage on Mockless?
Yep. So
the ones that were holding the quantum signatures, the quantum keys.
Yeah. So the women have been, they're smuggled off, but you don't know if the families smuggle them off or if they want, but you assume that they're leaving as young children. Or they leaving as old, it's one thing to have a person that's adult say, I want off the planet. But it's just a real, the episode was, someone had mentioned in the chat too, the episode was way too long, and I watched, I skimmed through it last night to tell you guys that it was a Topa episode. I just kind of do the fast forward thing through. And I'm like, I can't. It's an hour and a half. I just gotten back from my camping trip, and I'm like, I can't watch this tonight. So overall, I would say the episode had some good moments. I liked, some of the Bordas scenes protecting his daughter. I did like that. And of course, at the end, you have the scene where Clyde, of course, is back in the end. So once he's found out what's happened, he comes back, and that was actually nice. And he says to Topa, I said some horrible things to you, and she, is forgiving him, and glad to see her father again, and they reconcile. And Kelly goes to have dinner, talk to them during their dinner, and of course, contrasting with the scene a few episodes back where Clyde and kick Kelly out and says, "How dare you come there?" He says basically break bread with us, have dinner with us. So. They've reconciled all together, although it was kind of a look between Kelly and Bordas. I don't know if you guys caught that, where it seemed
We
like
make a good team.
we make a good team, and there was like, is there an affair coming down the road here? So
You bet your britches. And look at this. Larry, Larry, Larry. I love you, Larry, Larry. Look at this. He used the terrible word that I hate, that isn't even in the right tense, and replaced it with precision diction. Look at this. Sorry. I meant didactic writer's room. Larry, Larry, gold star. Love you.
yeah, so good job. So the things I liked about the episode were that last scene I did like, and I thought that was nice to have a parent, reconcile. And those, of course, the writing on that too, for Clyde to say that I'd wish you'd never been born. That's pretty much the worst thing you can say to one of your kids.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine having to say that. But that it was a nice wrap up and tie up. The episode, the rescue wasn't exciting. It was a rescue by rope. There was nothing, special that they did, or some kind of trick, or just pew pew. It wasn't any, into interesting way that they did the rescue. It was just standard fare. The other good, I think, Gordon telling Havina off was
Koala Jeebus. Hey,
was good.
Koala Jeebus.
Yeah, hello again.
Is he related to Monkey Jeebus? But hell,
I
I don't know.
Jeebus.
Are you out there, Monkey Jeebus?
No, they must be cousins.
Yeah, the Dolly Parton scene was good. I did like the song, but I agree with Raquel's criticism. A little too much cheese, but in the end, it was fun. But just the whole no consequences for Havina is what bothered me, and not getting into the other social issues. She was actually violating the agreement by taking people from the planet. Now they're going to argue that they were being persecuted and they had a right to leave, but she was still violating the agreement. So,
Right.
It's and you've got to take the punishment too, right? If you do the crime, was it? I'm trying to remember
Beretta, don't
civil
do the crime
civil.
if you can't do the time.
But
Yeah,
Halsey was calling basically like a stalemate until they could get into intensive talks to rectify this, to stop changing the girls. And I felt like once again he behaved, Seth MacFarlane behaved like a coward, because rather than dealing with that messy thing that we're dealing with, which is gendercide, over 2 million women and girls are missing worldwide, and so that it's got a lot to do with many cultures preferring males. They just want to have sons. Girls, you have to have a dowry for them. Girls are very expensive. They normally sell their girls, or the girls can't get a job. They can't work in certain countries, so girls are seen as a burden. So they're aborted. They're victims of infanticide. They're sold into sexual slavery, and this is an actual statistic. 200 million women and girls are missing worldwide, missing or murdered worldwide. And if we would have engaged with that since he brought it up, why didn't he engage with that? But he didn't, because he's a coward.
Yeah, the episode.
Good night, Minimusness, by the way.
Good night, Minimus.
That was the one thing that really bugged me too, because if you had kept in the Union, or if that's why I mentioned there was no security there at the Planetary Union, they would have maybe covered up that Topa had been kidnapped. If you're talking real diplomacy, Halsey would have said, all right, we know what they did is horrible, but we need to keep them in the Union. We're going to lose everyone could get killed now if we don't have the Mocklins on our side providing us weapons and ships. We don't even need
that. What we needed was to show that Halsey had been doing his job behind the scenes, because according to what people are saying on Twitter, Seth MacFarlane is saying that a year has gone by. So if a year has gone by, why hasn't Halsey dealt with this issue of gendercide in the Mocklin, on the Mocklin homeworld, on Mockless, and in the Mocklin culture? And instead of dealing with it, the writer's room decides to do this with it. So they didn't solve anything. They just took their toys and went home.
Well,
you don't take your ball. You don't speak your piece, take your ball, and go home in this type of issue. And I want to remind everyone, don't think that I'm speaking from inside the story. I'm speaking as a person who is writing this reality. Why write this reality? Why broach the 200 million missing and murdered women and girls worldwide if you're going to behave like such a coward with the issue? Don't get yourself involved with sociology. Do not get yourself involved in social science, and then back away from it like you're an amateur.
Yeah, because what the plus the way they've written the show now too, if the Mocklins is still in the union, at least you can gradually try to change them, as you're saying. What was Halsey been doing, or what was the union been doing to bring them to our side? That's how political movements work. You gradually change people's hearts and minds. You know, laws don't. You know, you can try to pass laws, but until you change hearts and mind gradually over time, and you've seen that happen with many different issues. You know, look at the attitudes have changed. You know, just in the USA. I mean, it's not to say there's still not people with racist attitudes and horrible thoughts, but for my lifetime when I was born, we just I was born around the end of segregation in terms of schools, and think of how things have gotten a lot better compared to that. Not to say that everything's perfect, but there's been great advances. So if you ostracize the Mocklins and kick them out, there's no influence on them anymore to try to change. So,
and what the hell was Halsey doing for a year?
Yeah,
when he said, "Okay, look, can we call a stalemate to this? Can we give them this haven where girls can go? You don't want these girls, and their parents don't want to engage in gendercide. So we're going to allow this haven to exist to save these girls." What diplomatic things transpired in that year? Because it seems like this is the first time they're meeting over this issue, and they're on page one still. So it's just, for me, the thing that bothers me the most is that they're engaging in social science, not realizing the ramifications of their actions. They're engaging in hyperdidacticism, in authorship, and turning it sort of into like propaganda, or this cultural instruction. But they're doing such a terrible job at it, and they have no experience or knowledge in what they're doing. And so it just comes off as super insincere. And for many people who are attracted to science fiction, they notice right away, because many people who are attracted to science fiction are highly educated. So they notice that this is happening, and they start to feel yucky about the show. And it's happening more and more. A lot of people are starting to have the yuck factor with this show. Can somebody please act on? Oh, Chris is there.
Yeah, we got. Yep, they got him. Yep.
It's okay. Chris is still here. I thought he might have left.
You got him. Thank you.
And
Chris.
Jill's here too.
Thank you, whoever did. Thank you, whoever got it.
But anyway,
so the show has a horrible resolution in terms of this episode. So the union is even in worse shape. Halvina, as I said, has no repercussions, no punishment to her actions, when something should have been done to her for what she did. It's almost like they're excusing her. She's like this Gandhi-like figure that can do no wrong. But that doesn't mean that she shouldn't have some kind of punishment. And of course, then the union now is going to protect the sanctuary as its own sovereign state. So that could lead to war with the Mocklins too. So,
and why leave a poet in charge? Why haven't other women come forward to express their desire to create an attaché to Havina, where they can start diplomatic relations and start, taking these girls who are victims of gendercide, the living ones who would be victims of gendercide, creating some type of agreement to release a certain amount of these girls, or at least take them into account, like take a census of them and do some type of diplomatic, relations to get the girls out.
Well, yeah, they should. One resolution would have been to have Havina's removed from power and then show us what the government is like, exactly as you're saying there, Raquel, and have some kind of punishment, because as moral as you think your argument is you were using someone who's not an adult and is not equipped to make that decision. That's why Bortus is just so angry, with her in that scene, which at least I was glad they at least had that, and at least they did that. It wasn't totally one-sided, although they didn't have that any true repercussions for. So as a whole, I give the episode kind of like I voted meh if we're looking at the poll.
Okay.
It's
did Clubby put up a poll?
Yeah, he's got the poll up.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't checked it in a while yet.
loved it, liked it. It was meh or hated it.
Okay, well now I need to go and get my vote in on the poll. Hold on for 1 second here.
But
I'm sorry if you can hear traffic in the background, everyone. It's really
it.
hot here, and I have to have the window open. I apologize. I love you all.
So
This is good.
Oh no, I was saying so right now we've got 11% loved it, 33% liked it. It was meh 48% and hated it 7%. So there was no sci-fi really in this episode. And this is not where I want the Orville to go. I'd like to see some strange new worlds, strange new cultures. Maybe if you had a 25 episode season and intersperse a couple of these, personal, how would you call them, morality tales. If you threw them in between, maybe it'd be more tolerable. But with only 10 episodes, we've gotten, two Topa episodes.
I'm going to get into that when I get into my notes.
Yeah, so you've got two of the episodes were taken with her, and it wasn't a particularly exciting episode. It was just basically written by rote, very predictable. No surprises in the episode. I would have much liked to see the union say stopped her from going into the chamber and said, we need the Mocklins. I know what happened to you is horrible, but we'll deal with them another way. And for the best way going forward is for you to unfortunately we're going to have to keep this quiet or hide you away or do something because you look at all the different countries, the countries that we deal with. There's some countries that treat certain people really horribly, but we make deals with them and deal with them because we need say we need oil or we'll call it the spice, right? So there's a lot of compromises that quote unquote Western liberal democracies make. We can't take that out of the real world. Look what's happening in Europe now with gas, gas pipelines and energy. So a lot of compromises are made. So on that front, I think the episode could be trying to tackle some of those issues. I don't think they are, though. I think Seth has got other issues in mind. For me, I could interpret it that way, but it doesn't give you a good resolution in any of those episodes. So I'd give it like a C minus.
Pop Culture Republic, thank you.
Take care, Pop Culture Republic. So yeah. I went through my notes. I hope I caught. I hope I wasn't too long-winded, but that was. I said, let me try to really pay attention to the episode, and there's really hidden messages there that I don't want to try to even.
They're not hidden, but
you know what I'm saying. That they're trying to espouse, and
it's important that you say that they're not hidden, though, because because there are people on the internet who are saying, I didn't feel that, I didn't see that, I didn't feel that, and it's just like, well, it doesn't really matter if you felt it or not, sweetheart, it's there.
Quote unquote hidden. You can't see me doing the
right.
That's what I was trying to say. That we kind of want to. I don't even want to get into that. I'm sure you guys don't. So, but
okay.
Raquel's turn.
Go for it, number one.
All right. I am going to be rapid fire, and it may get my hackles up as I read, but I promise I'm going to be super fast. Orville season 3 episode 8 called Midnight Blue. I would like to say that this should be the intro for the show every week. This week on the Topa Show. Seth MacFarlane went to trade school to study cartooning. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. It's wonderful to go to trade school, and it's wonderful to study cartooning. But he doesn't hold a bachelor's in any social science field. He doesn't have a master's, a PhD, or a doctorate in sociology or social science, or any other graduate degree. Brandon Braga also helped write this episode. He reportedly studied filmmaking at Kent State, but none of those sources say he graduated, and he does not list a credential. Andre Bormanis, or Andrew Bormanis, has a master's in science. So, why is this show entirely focused on sociology, politics, critical theory, and gender studies? Social science fiction as protest television is a subgenre of science fiction proper and should involve lettered social science experts. So, if you're going to write science fiction, you should have science fiction experts there. And if you're going to write social sciences, and you're going to get into anthropology, and you're going to get into comm theory and critical theory and gender studies and sociology and political science and all these things, you have to hire someone like me. I'm not volunteering. I don't want to work on this show, so I'm not angling for anything here. But the point is this: you should have a graduate degree at least in social science, and you should have studied this. Here in this episode discusses gender transition, gendercide, foreign policy, human rights violations, and human rights violations in foreign nations, and really heavy on the foreign policy. Kelly is always drinking alcohol. The opening conversation with Kelly and Bordas assumes women are better at feelings than men. Kelly commences the girl talk with Topa. Now, this is beautiful and wonderful, and I don't object to it. But I do think that it is odd, given that this is supposed to be feminist fiction. And it's very important that people realize I'm not talking out of my patootie here. This is actually feminist fiction. This is a subgenre of science fiction. And some would say it's not even a subgenre of science fiction. Some would just say that it's a genre unto itself, even though here we have the thin veil of science fiction. This is feminist fiction. And in feminist fiction, you would not have a man going to a woman saying, look, I don't understand feelings. I'm not good with feelings. And it's patently false. Men are also very good at feelings. Men are marvelous at feelings. So feminist fiction fail. Creepy that a 3-year-old, a person who's been 3 years alive, I put in my notes, who has been accelerated to being 12 or 13 or whatever the fandom wants to say, has her crush played out. The writers are now setting the groundwork for Kelly and Bordas to have a romantic relationship. It shows Mocklins as openly misogynistic, this hatred of women. And you'll see people throwing that misogynistic word around a lot on social media. But that's what misogyny is. It's a hatred of women. So we see the Mocklins here clearly as misogynists. And here we have the words, the girl you were meant to be, and cut off your male organs, your male sex organs. This is not born, showing that we have some discussion about transitions and about rights of women, and they're sort of stirring it all together. I love Dolly Parton, but an enduring revolutionary for all of womankind. I'm going to say that again. An enduring revolutionary for all of womankind 400 years later. Yikes. Couldn't we have chosen a cancer researcher, a poet, somebody who had worked in human rights? It's ridiculous that they chose Dolly. Havina openly asks a very young child. Keep in mind, this child is only 3 years alive, 4 years alive max, to commit crimes. She becomes a messenger for an illegal underground resistance, inasmuch these writers are forwarding the idea of a child soldier from this foreign nation. Then we have Topa taken hostage and tortured. A 3-year-old child is taken hostage and tortured. And they spend a lot of time showing us the torture of the 3-year-old child. Havina and Mercer have it out. So I wrote that down, but I didn't think it was very impactful or meaningful. A lot of it rang empty for me. The Halsey conversation is weird when they say that they have the DNA and they have blood evidence, and he says that's circumstantial. That's incredibly weird. We're 400 years in the future, where Bordas and Kelly are on a shuttlecraft and can tell you the gender and age and race of every single person on the planet they choose to zero in on. Don't give me this crap that it's circumstantial evidence. That was the dumbest conversation, and it certainly wasn't science fiction. Shut your science fiction brain off. Then we have a filming from Dollywood and Dolly Parton. She's 76 years old. Yep, that's right, nearly 80. She looks gorgeous, but this is a super cringy scene. So much cheese. And then we're on to the torture scenes. Some more of these terrible scenes showing this very young child being mutilated and electrocuted by this misogynistic interrogator. And he says to her that she is undermining Mauchline society and culture. And in so doing, Seth MacFarlane and the people who helped write this episode are actually identifying specific nations. So there are specific nations that are on record for saying that the way that we live in North America undermines their society, religion, and culture. So I thought it was very bold to do something like that, but kind of cowardly to back away from it. And then I put on here again, she's been alive for only 3 or 4 years and appears to be at maximum 12 years old. I agree with Chris Persia. She behaves as though she's about 10 years old, wandering off the ship when told not to get off the ship, even though she knows she could be killed and stuff. So I agree with Chris Persia. That to me is a 9 or a 10-year-old kid cognitively. But obviously, let's not leave this alone, folks. She's 3 years old. 4 at most, even with Seth's excuses. Kelly falls after not even trying to build up enough speed and power for the chasm. I thought it was strange that she tried to almost spring jump as though she was Felix the cat, and then just, plunges to the bottom and basically has no injuries. Kelly and Bordas are stopped from kissing by the scanner, but have clearly expressed and professed romantic feelings and romantic intentions. This would be illegal on his planet. You're not allowed to have intercourse or any type of romantic feelings for women on his planet. They spend a lot of time showing the kid being violently abused. Why does Kelly ask Bordas to stand down when he goes after her torturer? Yeah. This is strange. Why would they do this? This is a black op. This is a person who is openly torturing a child. This is not a good guy. And just really, really bad. Why do all Mauchlins speak English proficiently? Why do they have aptitude and proficiency to the same level as a native speaker? In science fiction, we like to see some struggle and some hesitation. Not only does it add some nice texture to the storytelling, but it makes it more believable. And then we also turn to this inspiration of futurism, where we have devices that help us to understand others. So it might even just be a flash of a scene where you're like, oh, just wait a second. I have to put in my earpiece. I can't understand what she said. These little nods keep it science fiction. As an English teacher, I find it preposterous that an entire planet of people has basically like university level English. It's weird. We have a whole bunch of United Nations stuff. We talk about culture, and then we talk about belief and ideology. Mauchlins, all people of color, African Americans are horrible, nothing like Klingons. I wrote this in my notes because there's something happening here when we talk about the representation on this show, and the fact that these people are trying to use sociology and critical theory to create this hyperdidactic messaging, because they feel like they have a duty to instruct culture. These corporations think they should be instructing and edifying human beings. They should be shaping our ethics and our feelings and our beliefs. Um, it's not a secret that people of color were very strongly represented in the Klingon race. They invented opera. They basically invented all like meditation systems. They invented Shakespeare. They are incredibly honorable, despite having some bad actors in their midst, like any culture. But overall, we think of Klingons like heroes. What I don't like to see is the representation of brown skin constantly being seen as something bad, something negative. If they're going to do this, they should really make the Mocklins interracial. And some of you might be thinking to yourself, Raquel, aren't you reading into that too much? I want you to know the thing that I want you to recognize is if an amateur person like Seth MacFarlane decides that he wants to instruct you in culture, that he wants to use his intellectual property through a corporation to shape your ideology, to use it as a piece of propaganda, to admonish you, to change your ethics, your morals, and they take on this mantle and use this hegemony, this leadership, this power. It's very important that you take them to task for it fully. They don't get to pretend that they've been to university and they're here to teach you about critical theory, but then run away from it when it falls apart for them because they haven't done it properly. So, here we really see this all fall apart because they shouldn't be using the Mocklins this way. To dehumanize the Mocklin race and do it in this way, I think it's bad messaging. When we're looking at the semiology, we're looking at that brown skin, we're thinking of bell hooks, and we're thinking about agency and representation and these signs, these symbols, these artifacts, these impressions through our own ideological apparatuses. And I realize that some of this sounds like crazy professor talk, but it's really difficult for me to unpack all of this and when I'm not in a classroom and just unpack it here in rapid fire. But it's very important that if these people are going to pretend that they're going to be the professors and instructors of our culture and that they're going to deploy critical theory, I want you all to know that you should not blame critical theory. You should blame these bad actors who are using critical theory and not using it properly. So I love the Klingons. I thought it was beautiful. We got to see these gorgeous brown skinned people being just absolutely fabulous. That is some positivity there. But to make brown people bad all through the whole show, when you're trying to do critical theory, I think that there's a bit of criticism deserved there, because it makes it seem as though there's nothing redeeming about the Mocklins as an entire race. And I think that's problematic. They're going really too far with this, making it seem as though like the Mocklins are inhumane. And you can't have it both ways, Seth MacFarlane. You can't have it this way and then also this way. Either you're in it and you do it properly or you don't. You have to figure that out. Don't pretend like you've studied critical theory. I have actually studied critical theory. One of my heroes is Bell Hooks. Maybe you should watch her cultural criticism and enlightened witness lectures, and then you can learn about why what you're doing with the Mocklins is bad. Let's keep going. Kelly drinks 90 proof alcohol. Once again, they're making her into an alcoholic. We have a diplomatic nightmare. Clyden comes back and he says to his own child, I thought I hated you. I thought that it would be impossible for me to live with you. I have endured a lifetime of prejudice. And once again, this is what I'm saying. This is all giving us a picture in our minds of how we want to view the Mocklins. And it's quite problematic given that this particular television show is attempting to use critical theory to shape your ideology, to shape your morals, your ethics, to edify you. So I'm holding it to account on both sides, and I hope you'll understand why. Clyden and Bordas instantly are back together again. No one believes this. A weird love triangle is set in motion and it feels really strange. I don't like it. I think it's going to be kind of weird going forward. We know that Bordas had a bit of a sex addiction at the beginning of the show where he was going to the Hollow Suite, which they call the simulator, and was engaging in group orgy stuff. So I don't know. There's something weird is brewing there. I think they're going to try and make a comedy out of the fact that Bortus may be bi, and Clyden's going to have to get over that. When George Orwell penned Animal Farm in 1984 as protest science fiction, which is another subgenre of science fiction. It's called protest science fiction. It's a genre, folks. It's a full genre. The world was yearning to be informed, to hear about opinions beyond their neighborhoods, opinions beyond their friends and family. So this is what we were yearning for when this protest science fiction reached its peak. And then I put in my notes, we now live in a technologically adept society. It is immersive. We have immersive social media. Do we really need protest fiction at this juncture? Do we really need all of this protest fiction written by people with absolutely no knowledge of the apparatuses, the communication theory apparatuses they're wielding, when in real life we have rioting in the streets? We have so much civil unrest. We have endured some really scary real life protesting. And so that's the end of my notes. And I just want to say that because of what I said in the latter part, I'm not particularly attuned to this show. I think that if Bell Hooks watched this show, I don't think she would like it very much, although I don't speak for her. But using her analysis and her way to unpack things, it certainly reveals this show as a blatant hypocrisy. And I don't like the fact that a guy who studied cartooning at trade school and a guy who studied filmmaking, and we don't even know like if he even has a diploma or a certificate from post-secondary, and then a guy who studied science, writing stuff that it takes years of reading and writing and publishing and testing and learning about in university. And I want you all to know something very important. Critical theory is a beautiful apparatus to make a society reflect on itself. But in the wrong hands, it can be weaponized and it can actually re-victimize a society. And I want you to be keen to that, be attuned to that. And if you want to read about critical theory in a way where it will inspire you to be very critical of corporations, I want you to look to the work of Theodore Adorno and his work, The Culture Industry. And that's all I have to say. Guys, if you're going to use a television show to try and be a hyper-didactic hegemonic device for a specific political agenda, please make sure that you hire a consultant like me with the same education I have to make sure that your semiology is on point and you're not acting hypocritically. And that's all I have to say.
Hey, welcome, Nerdporial Lifeform. How's it going, bud? Good to see you.
Hey, Nerdporial.
Well, we've been all over this episode. I guess that's all we really need to say. I'll be reviewing it with Loki in the morning. Yes. This, all I know, again, I agree with a lot of what was said by both of you. This was the first week I haven't, since week 4, since I haven't been pissed off, or either the first 4 and 5 because of all the to coin your phrase, Raquel, the didacticism or the W word. Yeah. What was the agenda-driven garbage in episodes 4 and 5, and then weeks 5 and 6. 5, 6, and 7. Actually, I was actually hello there, Mazris.
Hey, Maze.
Hey,
a bit relieved that my anger or my problems with it were more about writing and character. In other words, if every episode this season were total trash, but my complaints were about artistic, coming from an artistic standpoint and an entertainment standpoint, criticizing them for the stories and whatnot and the content of itself and stuff, rather than a lot of what you're talking about, the agenda stuff and what the show's turned into, I would feel a lot better. Mm-hmm. I go, hey, look, I love Star Trek, the original series. 3rd season has a lot of, we reviewed it, has a lot of bad episodes. Mm-hmm. They don't make me angry. I laugh at them. We talk about them. They don't make me not want to watch Star Trek anymore. I just can stick with the better episodes. Whereas episodes 4 and 5 this season make me want, and some of the other things done in other episodes are more. It's a different type of disgust. However, the past few episodes, my problems have been largely about the writing,
and the writing. The writing is problematic. Yep.
And the characterization, but this one, I don't know. It was long. It was not so particularly. It wasn't particularly compelling in any way. It just didn't make me angry. That's a strange feeling for this season because I've been very upset. Again, for those who don't know me, I'm almost embarrassed by how excited I was about this show coming back. I was nuts for it. I was like a kid in a candy store when it was coming back. I could not wait. I was so happy. I was just bouncing off the walls. It meant so much to me that we were getting this show back because I loved the first 2 seasons so much. We get that first episode, and thought that was really good. So I think, wow, it's back, and it's really good. I can't wait. And then even episodes 2 and 3 didn't do a lot for me, but I thought they were okay. The floor didn't fall out from under me until episodes 4, and it's just been just down into the pits ever since. And especially last week. I mean, anyway. So this week, it didn't really have any of that kind of feeling for me so much. I just didn't really think it was very good or particularly interesting. It was one story. I'll give them that. At least, unlike last week, which was 5 stories, which means
6 stories. Yeah.
At least this was one story. I'll give them that. It was focused. They were focused on what they wanted to do. A lot of it did not make any sense. There was a lot. The writing, I thought, or at least some of the characterization, was a little bit better in this one in some spots, but atrocious in others. You know how I feel about the whole Topa thing. We don't have to go into that. You know,
the Topa show.
Here's one of the things I want to say most about, rather than just, because you've both gone over the episode, and I didn't find it particularly compelling or interesting. At least they didn't cheat me out of seeing Bortus mess that dude up for what he did to Topa. Yeah. But I don't know why we needed to see. I don't know why we needed to see that him, the whole scene with. Child being beaten. That
was horrible.
I don't care if it's a Mocklin child or any other child. Yes, 3 years old. I know, mature wise, 12, whatever you want to say. It was uncalled for. I understand it's a story. It's fine, but I didn't really like that. But because it's manipulative. Because when you do that, as someone who loves superheroes and adventure fiction, as I do, you do have the villains do something really nasty so you can see the bad guy thrash them. I wanted Bortus to waste that subbitch. I wanted him to beat him up really badly first and do that, and he got to the cusp of it. And then Kelly, who didn't do shit about it in that episode in season 1 or 2, I think, when the one where they were both in the prison camp.
For their birthday, you said, yeah.
Yes, with where they were in that prison camp when they just took up machine guns and started blowing dudes away. That was fine. But she tells him, don't kill the guy who just, tortured your child. So you just shut up.
Yeah, I actually would have liked Bortus just to say, and finish the guy at the end and give her a look. Like,
waste him.
Yeah, just
waste his ass. Yeah. So anyway, but at least he beat the crap out of him and shoved that thing down his eyes. All right. So, and that's the problem with manipulative writing. It made you, I didn't care about the rest of the episode. I just said, I want to see this guy get his. That's not what you're supposed to be writing on an intelligent science fiction show, which there's no science fiction in this episode. But here's my biggest thing about the whole Mocklin crap, that no one's ever written an episode yet, and it's getting on my damn nerves. Someone needs to stand up. Or Mercer. It was fine to have the little tantrum by that was ineffectual by Gordon, my favorite character, who's done nothing this year except have one crappy episode about him. Do his little, I guess they thought that was funny to have him call him a-holes and all that shit or whatever. It's just, if he'd made a better speech. So when they were down on the union floor, Mercer no one said this yet on this show. Okay. Let me try it out on you. You get down there and you look at the Mocklins and you just say this. Okay. Because if you remember something called Deep Space Nine, the Dominion War, we had allies. Klingons were allies, and even the Romulans got tricked into being allies. And even the Cardassians later, they weren't members of the Federation, but they were allied in a common goal because the Dominion wanted to completely destroy the Alpha Quadrant. So, similarly, the Kaylon wanted to destroy all organics. So, instead of having to kiss the ass of the Krill or the Mocklins, somebody with some brains needs to get their balls back in the union and say, look, let me tell you something. You don't have to join the union. We don't have to swap spit, but you are in just as much danger as we are. And when you leave us, you're just as vulnerable as we are. We're in a bad position, but so are you. You don't have us either. Okay. So you don't have to be in our union. You're out of our union, Mockless, but you need us as bad as we need you against the Kalon because they want to destroy all of us. Same for you, Krill. You don't have to join up with us, but they didn't have to. The Klingons were allies before that. Romulans, Cisco had to basically trick them into helping. And, we saw what happened to Cardassia who got in line with the Dominion. So shut up with this kissing the Mocklin's ass stuff. I don't know how they got in the union anyway. They got in because of, let's face it, lazy writing. And I love the character of Bortus, so I can excuse it. How they didn't vet Mockless in the first place, and find out what they do to their females. How they did not find out, I don't know. But it gave us Bortus, so we excuse it. But screw them. Look, you don't have to join our union. Get out of our union. But when it comes time, when the rubber meets the road, and if you want to fight the Kalon, if we were all going to fight them individually, we're going to lose. We team up in just the fight, as was done with the Dominion, or we're all dead. So it just all this just drives me crazy. That's all I want to say about that. And we're almost, anything else anyone has to add?
Well, I would like to qualify something that I said because I want people to sort of understand what I was talking about. Mark, I sent something to the Clubhouse because I'm trying to move it from one computer to another. And for some reason, it's not going. Maybe I have a slow connection tonight. But would you please produce the image on the screen for everyone so I can talk about it?
You sent it to Twitter, right?
I did, yeah. I don't have my walkie-talkie on me tonight, boss.
So that picture, that you just with the cartoon, the political cartoon.
Yes, please. I would like you to put that up.
Let me open that. Yep. Let me open an image in new tab. There we go. Yep. Let me put that over. Let me shrink her down so we can see the whole thing.
All I'm saying, everyone, is the Mocklins and the Krill are in just as much deep doo-doo as the Union is if they don't team up.
Yeah, it's going to be game over. Yep.
Yeah, so it's just, no one said that yet. No one said to the Mocklins, look, you don't have to like us, but you're organics too, bitches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but somebody was saying in the chat earlier, and I agree, that the Union isn't very good, is it?
They're idiots.
Okay. I'm going to steal the floor here for a second because I just want to qualify what I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to speak academically. So I put this on my LinkedIn, and anyone out there is free to join me on LinkedIn. But this is what I'm talking about. On Twitter, somebody posted this image on Twitter, and it says, open academics, equality is not equity, or equity is not equality, sorry. Equality occurs when each person is offered the same opportunities regardless of circumstance. Equity tries to correct imbalance by creating more opportunities for people who have historically had less access. And so there were a lot of academics on Twitter that were circulating this meme, and they were, stroking themselves over it, and they were all pretty proud of themselves, and everyone was looking at equality and equity. And so I did something. I spoke as an expert on semiology on my LinkedIn page, and I'm going to read you what I said. Just to make sure that I get my point across so people can understand that I'm not being unfair to the Orville. I just want you to understand what I'm trained in critical theory and in semiology. And certainly, like I said, bell hooks being one of my idols. So let's get to it. This was posted to Twitter late last night. I forget the date, maybe 3 weeks ago. It was suggested to me via the algorithm. These are some disturbing semiotics. We have a false dichotomy, bizarre presuppositions, and a warped understanding of agency and social mobility. This is horrendous rhetoric. And I'm sure at this point, many people gripped their pearls. until they saw how semiotics work. Our job in academia isn't to offer refuse or garbage as a precarious perch to observe others experiencing life, the game. Our job is empowering our students to obtain their own tickets, paid seats in the stadium, full and joyous participation in life and society. This is a reminder that semiology or theoretical linguistics and critical theory are academic disciplines of considerable might. Using them as tools without studying them as weapons is a dubious business. The poireau and the langue, what is said and what is understood herein, is a generous dose of dangerous propaganda in which otherness can never be overcome. Social mobility is unachievable. Visible minorities, women, the abjectly poor, disadvantaged, mobility challenged, etc., their only hope, their best hope, is linguistic trade in softened and nebulous diction and some discarded crates, garbage in an alley beyond a fence. That's quite the ostensible, didactic, hegemonic, idealized, corrective solution, complete with public admonishment. Please stop sharing this meme. This is not civic engagement. Memes are not civic engagement. This meme is social currency, a self-aggrandizing political placebo used to boost vanity metrics. I grew up in abject poverty, lived in and as other. An impecunious childhood. And I lived in and as other first generation Canadians and landed immigrants. I am using my credentials in an attempt to effect real life change for real people in real life. It is best that all academics teach what they have diligently studied and received a parchment for. Attempting to wrest and wield entire disciplines you've never studied isn't such a good idea, no matter how many likes you earn. Theorizing communication isn't a side hustle, and certainly equality does not equal equity. And so I want you all to know that I said that publicly as an academic. So if I'm going to yell at academics who are outside of my discipline for using critical theory and sort of messing with it, not realizing that they're doing more harm than good, I'm most certainly going to do that to some corporate cartooning guy who's writing a television show and really pooping the bed on these issues. Critical theory is an incredibly potent device, and you have to be careful with it. This meme does teach people that they can never be a part of society. They will always be other, when they could be in that stadium, being a part of our society, enjoying full participation, full civic engagement. They do not deserve our garbage. They do not have to be on the outside of the fence. They do not have to observe from the outside. They can be in the game, sitting in the seats, cheersing beers or juices, whatever you want to drink, and popcorn, and coming into full participation in society. So this is what I mean. What I do is a very serious thing. I've studied it for many, many, many years. I've studied many of the theorists involved in cultivating this discipline of social science. I am a bona fide social scientist, not just somebody who likes to be an armchair critic on social media. You need to realize this stuff is dangerous. And so if Seth and his team want to play, they're going to have to play for real. And I hope this image helps to drive that message home. I don't like what's happening with the Mocklins, and I don't like the way this issue is being dealt with. If you're going to saddle up, lock, and load on social science, you better make sure there are bullets in the gun. And that's all I have to say.
Welcome, Max Redstone. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you. So are we done with this show for this
yep,
week?
Done.
Okay.
Well, the one quick thing I'd like to add too is if the why aren't the very quick is why aren't the I know but why wouldn't the Kalon instantly attack if they're these super intelligent beings all of a sudden they know that the Union has lost their two most powerful allies and the Krill and the Mocklins, why is an attack not imminent? Maybe we're going to get that next week, but I'd like the show to get back to the sci-fi, but I don't think we're going to get that for the rest of the season. There's just two episodes left, correct? That's at 9 and 10, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So
we've got the next 2 episodes. The names are Domino, episode 9, and I'll be on with Nordportal, and I think you too, right, Clobbering Times?
I believe so.
Yeah, we're both invited. Thank you for that invite, Nordportal.
Gwagnar.
Gwagnar. And Future Unknown, a lot next 2 episodes. Yep.
Time travel. Holy crap. Time travel alert.
Where is Captain Cockney Spock?
He's there.
Oh,
He's
there
time
he is.
traveling.
Oh, he's time traveling. The
All right, no more
poor
spoiling.
man.
There we go.
He must be swearing in his thick Cockney accent.
Yeah, well, I mean, Future Unknown. Sorry, that's got to be time travel-y.
But we never know what any of the episodes are. There's no and next week on the Orville.
Yeah, so there'll be the trailer, I think. I don't know if they do trailers. I don't
Couple
even
days,
care. I used to care about the show, and now they just I can't wait to get it over, to be honest. I'm sorry to be that way about it for those who enjoy it. Look, many fans are still loving it and enjoying it and having and I'm not here to pee in your cornflakes, baby. Just, whatever you want to do. It's fine. Last night, I didn't, at least I wasn't angry. I thought it was okay. I just, didn't really, it was just sort of there, but,
meh.
Yeah, it was kind of, it's not good for you, though.
Is that where you voted?
I don't get a vote. I made the poll.
He's not allowed.
That I know of.
How would you vote? Would you voted meh?
Probably more of a meh type thing.
Yeah.
I voted.
Wow. I didn't know
double
I made that
raspberry
option. I didn't realize I made that option. Man,
I love you, boss.
I love you, number one, and that was spectacular, by the way, what you did there. I mean, I never. Everyone, you got to understand. I never went to school. I usually just threw things at teachers. I never hung out with one.
You would throw things at me?
Apples?
I would catch them.
In your case, I would just yeah, but it would just like something that can't hurt you, like just we wouldn't shoot spitballs at you. Just Mark and I can be shooting at each other when your back is
yeah.
And when you're on the chalkboard, we'll be throwing shit at each other.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was
thank you for
spectacular.
giving me the floor. I want people to realize
Anytime.
that it's not about feelings. It's not about what you saw or what you read. It's really about these tacit transactions, these unspoken transactions that we create with language, that, what is said and what is understood. And images do that, and language does that. And it does it in unison. So we have these signs, these symbols, these artifacts, and that's all a part of how we communicate meaning. And so when people are like, well, is this really political, or is this really about this? You're darn tootin' it's really about this. And it's important to realize when somebody is trying to shape you and change your feelings, your thoughts, your ethics, your morals, especially if it's a corporation. You will rarely hear me call out another author, because if another author wants to engage with you in some type of critical conversation and you want to have it out with that author, I think that's marvelous. But having corporations do this on a wide scale through celluloid, I think is a terrifying thing that no one should support. The corporation cannot become the new church, the sculptor of our morals and ethics through our entertainment. I think it is wrong. Wrong.
Pleasant Valley, they only give you 4 options on the polls, so and I needed all 4 of them. I mean, if you don't, but if you feel necessity to announce that you don't care, I will do it for you though. Pleasant Valley,
yeah, unfortunately, they only give us 4 options.
Right?
Yeah.
Noted.
Unfortunately,
Noted.
Yeah.
And you can't make him care. You could try, but he is just not the caring type. Damn it. Just kidding. Thank you, Pleasant Valley.
Yeah.
Thank you, BC.
Our buddy Nerdporial says, I honestly don't hate the season. I felt the populism episode was too on the nose, and after later reflection, felt scenes with the Gordon's family clearly necessary. Havina is bad now. Yeah, the Havina thing, that's a little disappointing that she did something like that. I'll actually say this about that though. She's gone through a lot of horrible things in her life, and that can turn people into a fanatic, no matter how noble everyone thinks they are. she got turned into a fanatic. It's not like that's no precedent for that happening to people.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's nothing in that. For example, the characters of this season have done some things that are just don't make sense for their characters. But her doing that, her turning into a fanatic, and what she did to Topa, I actually don't think it's a stretch for a character like that. We've only seen her like twice, and she is a zealot. So she became something of a zealot, something of a again, a fanatic. And I can look. I love Blake Seven. Blake is a fanatic. Some characters, even good people, can become a fanatic, and that's what she did. And hey, at least she did see. She did. See the error of her ways there. But what's up, Max Redstone? So anyway,
well, I know what you want to segue to next, but I do have a few enabling.
That's cool. We don't have any. We have no. By the way, where can I watch Blake Seven? Nerdporial. That is, I think BritBox has it now.
Yep, BritBox USA has it. Yep.
Boss, I think I saw Blake 7 free on Tubi in Canada,
really?
but I could be wrong.
Maybe
I'll
Canada,
check
it's
though.
not here. But,
yeah.
Oh, there you go. And then, of course, next Wednesday night, anyone who has seen it, remember, I'm going to rank all of the episodes and rate them because this universe will fall apart at the seams if someone finally doesn't rank all these episodes. And it's come to me. Galactus himself, the Spectre, many of the powers that be in the Marvels and the DC universes and all the gods that be have decided that if someone doesn't do a stream and rank all 52 episodes of Blake 7, there will be no existence. The every single dimensional plane shall unravel if it is not done.
The universe
next Wednesday
demands
night. Yes, and so you're welcome. I'm saving all of your lives by doing this next week.
Thank you.
Narada Maximanda Bear. Yes, someone said that last night. Narada, I forgot who did. Blake 7 never existed. It's 100% a Mandela effect. It was somebody. I'm not sure that was. So
no, wait. Blake was wearing braces in season 1, wasn't he?
Stop.
Basically, folks, I made up Blake 7. It's not really. Never happened.
What happened to our friend who always used to say Dolly was wearing braces?
Stuart Mitchell.
Stuart, I see him on Facebook once in a while,
Stuart
but
Mitchell.
Haven't seen him in ages. I don't know.
He popped
Stuart
in
Mitchell.
once a couple month ago or so, and we said hi to him, and then haven't seen him since, unfortunately.
Well,
but
I hope that he
Stuart
is
Mitchell.
out there and having a great time, and I hope he's on a desert island somewhere with someone standing over him feeding him grapes after they peeled the grapes for him. I hope he is enjoying his life. And
because you don't want to get the skin of the grapes stuck in your braces.
No, you don't want those in your braces. So, Stuart Mitchell, we're thinking of you. You're missed.
I don't know what happened to him. I see him on Facebook once in a while, and my group, my Baxter Building Basement page for this show. Narat, I don't think that was you. I think it was someone that I didn't really recognize or know very well. Was in last night, and I was nattering on about Blake 7 as I often want to do, and he said something about it. That's not real. It's a Mandela effect. I could have swore that was someone else. Hello again, Pop Culture Curator. But yes. Anyway, so I will be saving the universe. Oh, that's right. It was you. What's you, Narat? Okay, look again. Another example of what a senile old fool I am.
You're not senile.
I am senile. I'm so senile. I'm not even. That's not even a joke. I really am. I'm scaring myself with my garbage memory. I had a traumatic episode the other day. You guys, I forget to breathe sometimes. This is true. Anyway, I've never seen or heard of anything called Blake 7. I'm not sure how. Oh, you never. Well, didn't you tell us, Raquel, that before you hadn't heard of it?
No.
Yes, Linrob, we are done. Anytime that Chiron's not on there, no spoilers. You're safe. And thank you for coming back.
And that's just super nerdy broadcasting talk for that little ticker. The wee little ticker.
Yes. Are you saying...
Boss, I had never heard of Blake 7 before I met you. I had also never heard of The Prisoner.
Wow. And see, that's more hard to believe. It was a bigger show.
Prisoner was much bigger show.
Prisoner, it was on in the sense that it played in America, on
much more well-known show here than Blake 7.
You know what? Actually,
I was reading Gramsci's prison letters. That's what I was doing in that time.
Well, see, you should have been. See? And I guess you were reading the Gulag
in the original Italian,
right?
No, not in the original Italian.
I guess you were reading the Gulag Archipelago too, weren't you?
I love you guys.
Oh my goodness!
See, we don't know anything about Solzhenitsyn. I can't even pronounce his name, but yeah. See, we know books and stuff, Clobby and I.
Yeah, I know books. I've burned many of them. Just kidding. Or to quote, Sean Connery.
Maximum Redstone. Had never heard of Time Bandits. Mind blown.
Oh,
Well,
man.
that's a Max Redstone type of movie too. I mean,
Yeah, that
it's got
sounds
you
like-
written all over.
That sounds like, well, Max, you're just a young feller, that's all. But it tells me that morons like yourself should try reading books instead of burning them. To quote,
Oliver Belamonte, welcome.
hey, Oliver, anyone
Hey,
know
Oliver,
what movie that's from? I know
No.
you do, Bart. You don't?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember the name of the movie.
Do it one more time.
say it again.
Thank Sean Connery. It tells me that goose-stepping morons like yourself should try reading books instead of burning them.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
wow.
Oh, Indiana Jones, Last Crusade.
Yeah,
I love that
that's
movie.
Indiana Jones.
Yes, there we go. Max Redstone's got it, yes. So, yes. If we don't, the armies of the darkness will roam across this earth. Do you understand me? All right. Anyway, yeah, I love that movie. All right. So there's no tripwire this week, folks. Let me tell you something. They're running scared.
They're running scared, yeah.
They're chicken shit. I tell you what. No day, and don't use San Diego Comic-Con as an excuse. Tripwire, you bungholes. They don't have a number. They don't have an info.
Well, you've been
Entry
watching
this
too much Beavis and Butthead.
I love that he said that.
Are you Cornholio?
No. Beavis, what the hell's wrong with you?
The impressions are so good.
Oh my goodness, that's not good at all. But
Oh,
by the
Clobby,
way-
your impressions of the Beavis Butthead people, very good, very good.
I had something to yell about.
Tripwire.
No, not that. I have something else to yell about.
What, honey? What?
Have I mentioned how much I hate San Diego Comic-Con freaking exclusives, everybody?
Oh, I got a couple to show
Did you
tonight.
hear about that exclusive?
No.
Not until you mentioned it, but yeah. I got a couple I got to show. I have to share too.
I got a
but
buddy
yeah.
of mine. Carlos is he's there. He's gonna try to get it for me, but it's probably already gone. At the Alex Ross booth, this was a book, that Fantastic Four big book, hardcover that Alex Ross did. I forgot the name of the who's printing it, because Marvel. I mean, it's a Marvel property, but Marvel's not publishing, and it's coming out in September. And of course, there are like 100 or so signed copies. I saw a live stream. I mean, on like a live feed on Instagram or something like that at Alex Ross's table where they were talking about it. I don't know how much it cost, but I'm going, oh my God, I want that. I mean, we'll have to wait till September. That's fine. He's going to try to get it for me. Unless I don't even know how much it is.
So they have some issues already printed, obviously signed.
Yeah,
there
it's a hardcover and
Yep.
it's signed. Yeah,
it's done. Yeah,
it's a San Diego exclusive. But I've always hated the damn exclusives from Comic-Con, man,
yeah, they suck,
because they always
except for
end
the
up
ones
on
that I
eBay,
actually
like you
bought.
say.
And they went up in value so much that the few ones that I was able to get, but yeah, they do stink. Yeah.
So what do you got?
Well, here, let me share my screen here. I did purchase a few things. I violated my action figure
really?
moratorium again. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Shocked.
Everyone in the
Shocked.
chat, put a shocked face if you're
you
shocked.
go to-
I'm
Did you go
shocked.
to Target? Yeah, exactly.
I know it was Amazon Prime Day, but
There's
here's
a new Thor,
some.
a Target exclusive Thor out there, and I might have to go get. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't.
well,
What is this?
yeah, I saw that one too. But this is talking exclusive. So this was I love Mondo and Mondo posters.
This is
so
Comic-Con today.
Yeah, Comic-Con today. So here's Marvel's
Oh.
I
Comic-Con.
would want to post
Mondo.
them. They look lame.
No,
I mean,
these are
they're good
cosplay. These are
costumes. I
cosplay. These are
know.
cosplayers. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, hey,
That's-
dude, is that a dude as Captain America? I'm not gonna judge, but the hair looks stupid. You don't look like.
Yeah, it's like what?
What's with the Johnny
what's
Bravo
that?
haircut, dude?
Yeah,
Thanos is a good costume. He's been a hit.
Yeah.
He's been on a little bit too much of a weight loss program, but
yeah.
Hey
They
guys,
skipped leg day.
ask and ye shall receive. Look, you shocked, you bought things, and look at all of our friends. They're so shocked.
Shocked.
shockity
That-
McShocked, a shocky McShock face.
It's
Yeah.
great. I love it. I love you all so much.
So,
Yeah.
so here- and I love Mondo posters. I've had a couple of some enabling videos on them.
You know,
Yeah,
one
man.
day we're all going to have to meet and have pizza. We're all going to have to meet and have a pint of beer or a pint of lemonade and eat a pizza
Ugh.
and laugh, all of us
Yep.
together.
That's for sure. Yep. And I won't
Yeah,
make you
right?
eat clam pizza.
Okay, Max.
No
I think-
clam pizza. You and your clam pizza. Why do you even
Max,
bring it up?
Max, I'll take a look at it after the show, brother. Thank you. And look, I might have to declare a moratorium on food talk because I'm hungry. Cut it out.
I know I'm starving. Can't wait until the show's over.
I can't show everyone the ribs I cooked this weekend with
Man,
the scouts.
dude,
Oh wait, you won the food
you're
contest.
you're gonna have no shins left.
Right?
You're gonna be the shinless one.
And I cooked apple pie crisp in the Dutch oven
Christ,
too.
man.
Nice.
Well, the scouts did most of the work. I just
Thank you, Captain Time
yeah.
Lord. No, and if you show any Funkos, you're gonna get
Yeah, that's
Kick's gonna go
Oh,
higher
wait
than
till
your
my
knees.
last wait till my last item. Okay, so here
Oh,
we
shit.
go. Oh,
This woman is beautiful. This is the Scarlett Johansson woman, right?
Yeah.
Right.
She
Yeah,
is.
so this is a great
Wow,
poster,
is she ever hot stuff? What a gorgeous girl she is.
I don't like that
Woman.
outfit though.
No.
That's
I'm
not my.
surprised
I
I
like
went
the
the
comic
outfit.
book version.
Yeah, so this is Mondo Marvel
Could
poster.
you
So
imagine
they
her in
have
the comics version though? Whew.
Oh yeah,
Wowzers.
she'd be smoking hot.
Like it's painted on.
Yeah, she's smoking hot in real life.
Oh, she
and
is.
Chris, no, Clubby and I do not eat tongue pizza. Ooh, see
What in
tongue
the
pizza.
holy hell are you talking
Ooh.
about? What pizza? Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jesus,
God.
Jack, boy.
Oh, now Snail Messiah is making it worse by saying
you
that we
put
should put pineapple on Mark's clam pizza.
pineapple and clams. No,
Blech!
no, no.
Yeah.
So-
Oh boy, what the hell's wrong with you, son? Oh, my
Someday I
goodness
hope you can all
gracious
be in New
alive.
Haven. Yep.
So anyway,
And
you
Nick
want
will
this
be there.
poster is what you're telling us?
Well, no, there's a couple few down the line, but this
Oh,
was
nothing
pretty
against
decent.
it.
I
Yeah,
thought.
I mean,
So yeah, the
it's
black and
beautiful.
white
It's
is
gorgeous.
$50. And
It's a movie though.
So
Yeah.
what they do, they have like one version of the show.
Look at Mr.
And they-
Wise Guy Max.
Oh, I love beef burritos.
There we go.
What are
Continue.
you doing? Now what am I gonna do? Last
Yeah.
time Clobby sent me to McDonald's for a double quarter pounder
that
with
was
no
my fault.
onion. It was delicious.
Yep.
As long as you didn't get any onions or mustard on there, you're up for it.
I don't mind the mustard, but I can't have those onions. That's a no.
Yeah. So this red poster was on sale on the convention floor for $75, and there were 250 of them. So and you can buy it online or the Mondo store. Now this one I would love to have. This is what I really wanted to show.
Ooh.
So this is fans of the comics are also in a retreat with a pair of Silver Surfer posters featuring the iconic art that marks a particular moment in Marvel
Mobius.
history. The main offering is a poster-sized version of the first cover of the 2-issue Eisner Award-winning Silver Surfer Parable miniseries. I got that, which was released in 1988.
I got that.
The late French artist Jean Mobius Giraud provided the script for a script penned by none other than Stan Lee himself, Clobby's favorite writer. The poster's T-line variant features a color-free, pencil-shaded version of the same art. Also, God, I would love to have this. So the
nice.
colored one, which I like better. I don't know. I'm assuming. I wonder what Hungry Boy thinks, but
Well, he's an artist. They always like the abstract black and white
Probably
stuff.
like
They don't
this.
like having colors all over
Painting
something.
Color,
every
yeah.
I'm
day.
gonna call it. I don't know if he's much of a Mobius guy, but Hungry Boy would prefer the black and white one. Am I wrong?
black and
Hungry
white.
Boy?
Okay.
I know my
Let's
artist.
see what he says.
I may not be an artist, but I know him.
He's so talented and he's painting every day and he feels good and it's just I hate that I pulled him out of retirement, but I don't hate that I pulled him out of retirement because I feel so spoiled to know him and to have his art, his painting. Like he's doing a full painting for my book. It's one of the greatest things that has ever happened to me
See?
in my life.
Do I know my artist or do I know my artist? There you go.
Yep. So
us schlubs like me, we just like colorful crap.
yeah, we like
I
the
love
colorful
I
stuff.
actually
Yeah.
think this is I'm no artist, but this is actually a well-colored cover. But I understand. I love me some black and white comic book art. But go ahead.
So I'm going to try to buy this tomorrow. So there's a 7-year variant will be
Is this
sold
San
on July
Diego?
23rd. 100 posters be available online tomorrow, and then there's 225 at Mondo booth July 23rd.
At
So
the
if we
Mondo
could-
booth, you got to get it at the booth though.
yeah, well that's what they do. So they're
It's not gonna be at the
225. I'm not going to be there. Yeah, unless I could time travel or teleport for $50, and this one is going to be $70. And these are the people that did that this monster
And
poster.
it's a big poster.
Big poster, yeah. So
People-
70 smackles.
Everyone, this poster is gigantic. If this is the same size as the one that
yeah,
Mark sent me,
How big, Club?
I mean it's monster.
24 by 36 inches. So it's oversized. It's gorgeous. That was the one that
It's
Raquel
not
got
that
for you.
big.
Well,
Size
it's pretty
matters.
big.
No kidding. Kidding. No joke.
Kidding,
No
kidding.
joke.
So
Yeah.
how are you going to acquire it if you got to get it at the con?
Right?
Well, I could get the black and white one online, but there's only going to be 100
Oh,
posters
you want
for
the
sale.
color one.
Pleasant Valley Picker is
Yeah, but I'll
calling
try
it
to
a
get the-
night. Good night. Good night.
Hey,
Pleasant
Everybody
Valley.
say good night to Pleasant Valley Picker. Good night, sweetheart.
Pleasant Valley Picker, have a good one. Take
Yep.
care, man. Have a good night, buddy.
Good night. Yep. Thanks for hanging with us.
So
Yep.
you're
So I'll
gonna-
try to
you're
get
gonna
that
order
one
the
online.
color
Well, this
one?
one is pretty cool too, but but the things that these will show up on Fleabay for like $500 the day
That'd be
after.
crazy, yeah.
That's the problem. So, and of course we'll skip the Shang-Chi stuff, and then look, they've got
Ew.
this cool Swamp Thing, Man Thing figure.
Man thing, Swamp Thing.
Yeah, 12-inch. Yep. So that's another
600.
exclusive. So they do
Oh,
these
that's kind of a
exclusives.
weird looking one though.
It's
That's
weird
closer.
with the color and the
I don't even know what Man Thing is, but I can infer quite a lot since there's a lot of Man Thing happening on his face.
Well, yeah, that's always been considered one of the, especially Marvel used to do these each like giant size Spider-Man, giant size Fantastic Four. Well, they had an issue of giant size Man Thing, and everyone's like, okay. Just saying.
they had to go there, right? Yep.
Well, they got they were snickering at the printer.
Oh yeah.
You
yeah.
had to have been. I mean, this is phallic symbol thing.
Yeah.
Even in the 70s.
So that's
I don't know.
Marvel's copy of Swamp Thing. Yep.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
Recommended for you. So what does
Technically,
the algorithm have to say about you, Mark?
Technically, Man
Fantasy?
Thing- Actually,
no.
Technically, Man Thing does predate Swamp Thing
Oh, it does.
does
Yeah.
it?
by a tiny margin.
Oh.
Tiny margin. Okay. Interesting. Yep. Interesting.
It's sort of like how the Doom Patrol slightly predate the X-Men, and people just always think that.
Yeah, because Doom Patrol is like.
They think the Doom Patrol are a rip-off of the X. I'm talking about
the
within
X-Men
a couple of
ripped off.
weeks, by the way. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but think of
Boy
it.
calls Man Thing carrot nose, and that is like on the nose in describing. Those they do look like those little gnarly carrots you pull out of the ground. It's great, hysterical.
So that's the Mondo stuff. Now I was in the store
Oh, my.
shopping for stuff, so here I could turn my camera on the other desk.
What in the
So these are the latest
Hell.
things. So I'm in the store, of course, buying stuff. And
carrot nose? That's what Hulk called him, carrot nose.
Yeah. Although this generation probably doesn't even know what a carrot looks like. They all buy the tumbled carrots now.
I don't eat carrots. That's why I'm blind. My mom hates that I don't want to eat carrots. But
Oh.
yeah, that's Man Thing. Of course, whatever knows fear burns at its touch. So if you're afraid of him, because he's just a shambling monster now, he's no longer Ted Sallis, and you don't have the mind of him. He doesn't have a human mind like Swamp Thing does. So. Because you've seen the Swamp Thing movie, I bet you.
Mm-hmm.
oh
Yeah, I love Swamp Thing.
I'm a big fan of Swamp Thing, even that
Me too.
first dumb movie.
Yep, me too. I love all of it.
Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah,
That's the best thing about it. I mean, let's be honest.
she's
Yep.
awesome in that movie. I love her.
Yes,
That's possibly one of the best drive-in movies ever of all time. Like if you're going to the drive-in, that version of Swamp Thing is amazing. If you're gonna do the dusk to dawn, and you get the fudgicles, and you get the hot dogs, you get the chili dogs, you get the popcorn, you do it all. That's how you want to do it. You definitely want to do Swamp Thing.
1982. Yeah.
Classic.
And the first 20 minutes of that movie actually do a decent job of seriously telling the origin. The
It's
last
true.
half is a goofy ass rubber monster movie thingy.
No, it's not. Don't say that.
It was so stupid with that kid in the movie.
No, it's not
The way they
stupid.
gave him Arcane. Louis Jourdan is a great actor, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm not buying him as Arcane.
Hey, come on. I love
He's a great
Swamp
actor,
Thing.
though. Yeah, I like that
Don't
movie.
talk bad about my
Now the
Swamp
second
Thing.
one is bad.
With
Yeah.
Heather Locklear. Yep.
Return to the Swamp Thing. Woo.
I
Yeah.
love Heather Locklear. Look, we
Yeah.
we were
Well, so do I.
alive for the best Heathers of all time.
Right.
It
Oh.
was Heather Heaven when we were growing up.
I mean, the movie Heathers.
No, all
That
the
was a good
Heather
movie.
Locklear, Heather Thomas, all
Heather
the
Thomas
sexy
and Heather
Heathers
Locklear.
were in the 70s and
Right.
80s when
Oh,
we
they
were
were.
growing up.
And the Heathers movie was pretty good. But yeah,
I don't remember that one.
it's a movie called Heathers. Winona Ryder, Christian Slater, and it was
Oh yeah, it was
80s,
a
early 90s?
real. It was a murder,
Black
like
comedy?
young kids committing murders, and yeah, it
It
was
says
real.
you said the magic word that would repel me like kryptonite.
What?
Christian
It's not a horror movie.
Slater.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh,
Before
never watched
before
a
he was
movie
in
with
Star
him in it.
Trek.
Yeah, but he's great on Star Trek, right?
Yeah, because his mom got him the job.
So what is this crap here?
All
What the
right,
hell
so
are you
these are
showing us?
these are. So Maddie's
Ooh,
daddy was in
Larry
the
liked
store.
Heather's very dark comedy. Maybe I'll try
No,
that.
it's a good movie. No, it's good. It's a good movie. Yeah.
So I'm in the store, right? You know, I'm buying stuff for the scouts this weekend, and I see these Thors on in the aisle. So they have this line of drinks for kids that are healthy drinks allegedly, and then they've got these collectible toys on the top. So of course they have this whole line that, you know, of course they're the collectibles with
You got the Star
chase
Wars
figures, and of course, yeah. So you've got like you know, got Spider-Man, a silver costume. I guess it's supposed to look like a statue there. Iron Man, and of course you've got Thor. You've got Steve Mitchum here.
That's a good Thor costume. That's a real deal.
Yeah,
costume.
Yeah, so it's a real deal. So I
You know,
saw
there's
that in the store. I'm like, I gotta buy that.
That's pretty
Wolverine
cool.
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Lenrod
Yeah.
is questioning the validity of the healthiness and put healthiness in single quote. I would
Cool
put
cap.
healthiness in double quotes. Also,
Right.
Hungry Boy says, Heather, no. Sarah, yes. Which Sarah?
Which Sarah?
Give us your Sarah, honey. You have
I mean,
immaculate taste, so I
wait
bet
a
you
minute.
she's going to be hot beyond all
Is
hotness.
there's no Sarah that's better than Heather Thomas, though. Come on. And Marky Post was on that show with her. So
Marky Post was a cutie patootie too.
Yeah,
she was on the
God
same
rest her
show.
soul, yeah.
I mean, imagine a show with Marky Post and Heather Thomas. The
Which
Fall
show was
Guy.
that again? Was
Fall Guy with Lee
Fall
Majors.
Oh yeah, Fall Guy. I watched Fall Guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
that's
know
where
all the
Heather Thomas.
stupid
No, that's
lyrics.
where Heather Thomas became famous. So yeah, that's how you know
Yeah.
her.
Well,
In
yeah,
fact,
but you have to
What
realize
else did she
that
do?
all the dudes I know
Night
had
Court.
that poster.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
that's
Marky
right.
Post,
That
yeah.
poster. Yeah, you're right. The
Yeah.
Heather Thomas poster.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah
Sarah
Douglas.
Douglas from Superman
yeah.
2 in Swamp Thing 2.
I've met Sarah Douglas, and a buddy of mine and I, we got her. That was about 20-something years ago now. At Dragon Con, we got her to say Superman like she does in Superman 2. She said, Superman. She said it just like that. Well, obviously with her voice better, like she does in the movie. And we asked her to say it like that, and she was perfect. And then she's a pistol. She's really nice and sweet. On Facebook, she interacts with her friends, and she did I think she kind of liked my friend that I was at the con with. I think she kind of I don't know. She fancied him a little bit. She kind of hit on him a little bit.
Scandalous.
Yeah.
Actually, a blue Batman.
Gray and blue bat. I don't even mind
Yeah.
the black bat on there. I mean, I prefer the yellow insignia on gray
Yeah.
and blue. But gray and blue bat is always the best. And he has trunks, right? He has the trunks.
Let's see. Well, he's kind of chopped in half.
Oh,
so
well,
yeah.
you better have the damn trunks.
Yep. So and we got of course you got the black bat.
Why
The
is
Flash
the
actually looks
Flash
pretty
skinnier than Wonder Woman?
He's always been kind of thin now. That's a good Flash, actually.
That's a
Or
good
decent
Flash, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
he's-
but still, it looks odd to see,
Yeah.
Wonder
Well,
Woman.
he's a runner.
Girth.
Yeah.
Flash.
He's a runner. You know,
Stick.
Barry Allen was a thin fellow. Yeah, I don't mind that.
So anyway, so you can collect all these suckers,
there was-
and you know, I mean,
you buy them all?
you're in the store and you can't avoid purchasing something. So here, if you put my camera on, I'll show you
were
the
they
two that I.
expensive?
No, I think there were a couple bucks. Yeah. So the drink, the
do I-
drinks
wait a
are
minute. Oh.
if you
You
go to
gotta,
my camera. Yeah, show you the two that I bought. Yep. So
Oh
Sorry.
my goodness.
I don't like that Batgirl outfit too much, dude. That's is this Stephanie?
well, it's at first I thought it was Batgirl from the '60s when I saw it from a distance, but it's a new one.
Actually, that's not bad. It might be Barbara.
But it's
You know,
not. I
on-
think it's a new that the new bat that is a new
cowl looks
Batgirl.
Stephanie.
But enough about
Yeah.
that. Can we
She
please
looks like
sate Lenrod's curiosity by reading
About
the ingredients
mango,
on the side
orange,
of
yep.
your so-called
pods.
healthy juice?
Yeah, go
Mango
ahead, read it.
orange. Yep. Okay. Fruit juice beverage. 20
Flavored juice beverage. Read
20
the ingredients,
calories.
Mark.
A good source of
Oh,
vitamin D
flavored.
and calcium. Let's see what's in here.
Underneath the
Oh,
mango
20
tree.
calories. I've been eating
How
some
many?
peanut
all?
M&Ms. Yeah, so this is 20 calories.
Peanut M&Ms.
Peanut
I have
M&Ms
some
are
in
like-
the
Yeah, one of them is
pantry.
probably 20 calories.
That's about one of them is about 500 calories. So yeah.
And one serving size per container, so 20.
But look at
20
that
calories.
ingredient list. How many ingredients are in that? Like 5 million?
Ingredients, a lot of ingredients there.
It's Pronto, Max yells. It's Pronto.
Ah, Larry, yes.
This person put Mark is mad Antifa. Batgirl.
That's very good, Larry.
Doctor, no.
That's because I was singing I was singing underneath the mango tree. That's from that movie.
I don't care what's in it. I'm on the grocery store aisle and I
Underneath the
see an old
mango
school
tree.
Thor, you know, a Kirby
I know,
Thor.
but
I'm
but
buying that. I
Lenrod
don't care if it was
just-
made with chocolate syrup or whatever. Yep.
I know, but Lenrod
I
was
like that.
just pointing out that if there were parents in the audience, that your claim that it was a healthy drink was a dubious one.
Well, you know, 20 calories is better than
That's not
high
bad. I
C.
mean, health. Jesus.
Come on, yeah.
How many
fruit
drinks have
juice
20
for
calories?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
But
Max
it's got
just
Thor.
turned me a
Who
new one in the
cares?
chat. I love it.
It's got
Rondo
Thor.
has what plants crave.
That girl looks. She looks like Barbara though, because
Yeah, it looks like
Stephanie's
Barbara,
too-
doesn't it?
what's her name? Stephanie's too
Too
skinny.
skinny. Yeah, she doesn't have
This looks
any.
Barbara-y to me. So I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Maybe it is a different.
so that's why I bought it.
I mean, there are
in my
parts of
mind,
the costume that are different. Just pretend it's Barbara.
that's what I said is Barbara with the purple. It
I
is
love
that
Barbara.
new costume. So I
You know,
said
she
this
was
is
my
Barbara.
first love. You know,
I know. Yeah.
as of 2 years
Rondo,
old.
The thirst mutilator.
I first found out I loved the ladies when I was less than 2 years old because of Batgirl and then later Judy Robinson. You know, so it's Batgirl.
Yeah.
That's my.
You were one of those little boys. I know
was
the
one
type.
of those. We love those.
I know the
little-
type when they're a toddler and they're already like they want to kiss you on the mouth and then they kiss you like 50 times and you kiss them back and then they give a little.
I never did
squeal.
that. I just loved Batgirl and you know.
Yep.
Uh,
So these were cute, and these assaulted me in the drink
I love
aisle.
kids.
They didn't have any other ones.
Well, they did. I should have bought them all, but I
Expensive.
I should have
showed-
bought them
They're probably
all.
not,
I
not
showed
cheap, I take
resistance.
it.
Well, there was Superman. Now I'm regretting it. I didn't buy
How much are
Superman,
they?
Batman, and I think they were $4 or $5.
When do they expire?
I think. Well, you gotta drink them. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Drink them
It's
if you got them.
Right,
What's the
got 'em.
expiration date? I mean, should I even
That's
open
right.
these?
They are pan-galactic goggle blasters. And let me tell you something about pan-galactic goggle blasters. Never drink more than 2 pan-galactic goggle blasters unless you're a 30-ton mega elephant with bronchial pneumonia. That has been vetted by the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as the most clever remark ever made.
Yeah.
But
Lenrod
they-
says
they
that
fucking
Thor
love
has a heck of a chin.
Yeah. He's got a sharp chin there. Yeah.
Indeedishness. That's pretty
So
good,
these-
though. It's real
It
costume.
has
pretty cool.
electrolytes.
Yeah.
Electrolytes.
Well, someone can Google pods, PODZ drinks.
Pause.
So yeah, they are marketing them as
Are you
being
going to drink them? Or are you
healthy
going to leave them in there and just
Well,
collect?
you
I'll
gonna
have to
drink
them.
That's
I
how
gotta
we can
drink
end
'em,
the
yeah.
show. Drink.
Drink the pods, yeah. And
Drink the
then
pods.
what's it say here? Thirst. Oh, twist open. Yeah, so you can twist open to drink. Do not remove toy from dome.
Why?
So the characters are stuck in the dome, and it's got
Why
a
can't
little
you
hook
remove
here.
It ain't
You're
a
not
toy.
supposed
Are they cut
Yeah.
off at the
Yeah, they're cut off
Ew.
at
whole
the.
figure?
You have to drink through the character.
No. You twist off the top, and then you can, like they advertise, you can put a string through and tie it to your backpack when you go to school. So you can put them in your
Oh,
backpack.
okay,
yeah,
I
show
see.
them off, and then they
How do you
stack.
drink it?
I guess you twist it off. You twist off here. That's
Oh,
Are
it's
you
the
gonna
top.
drink one? At least drink
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it's
All
the
right, here we
top.
go.
I got you. It's the top. Okay.
There we go. Oh! I'm ruining the collectability. So here you
Just
take
ruin that
the top off. Yep.
All right,
Hold on.
let's see if
Where
it's
was this
day
at,
glow orange and
the-
leaves
this-
you with like
This is at the
glowing
grocery
face.
store or what?
Oh,
Yeah.
seal.
So here's Thor has been freed.
Or.
Oh, I could go into the grocery store and just twist off all the tops really quickly.
Okay,
No,
don't do
sorry.
that,
No,
folks
don't
at
do
home.
that.
That would be highly illegal. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Mark,
What's in your
shin
pocket?
kicks. Mark, shin kicks.
So let's see here. We
Okay,
pull off the foil.
he's going to drink the Day Glow orange drink. And yes, it may be Soylent Green.
Where's Nick when you need him? You know, Nick's the food
Right?
review
Yeah,
guy.
where you at, Nick?
Where are you,
Or I
Nick
should need some
Weiser?
clam pizza to. After I have clam pizza, I
He's
could
not
wash
even doing
down
the, he's not
clam-
doing the comic book show tomorrow night. He's got special stuff to do. So
Okay. Well,
Oh, it's not bad. A little tangy, a little sweet for 20 calories. Tastes a lot
underneath
sweeter.
the mango tree. Well, that,
Oh,
look,
wait a minute, I'm
calories,
turning
that's
orange
pretty damn
now.
good.
Well, it's not bad. Yeah. Good
JT
to grow.
Kirk. What is
hey,
up,
JT
Kimasabi?
Kirk!
Good to see you there, bud.
Hey, sweetheart. I love you. Mwah.
Good
And
to
I guess
see
you
there,
can-
buddy.
You can stack them too, so you can stack.
Max says, good to grow what? It has
This is-
electrolytes.
There's an slight aftertaste, I have to say.
Oh.
So you can stack all the figures together once you
okay.
collect them. Yeah.
So you heard it here first, folks. Mark drank Thor, and there was a slight aftertaste afterwards.
A little tangy, a little
Jesus.
tangy. It tastes like
That's
A
tang
probably-
little
bit.
tangy.
That's
Little tangy,
probably wow. That's probably you can't up north. You can't get it down here probably or anything. By the way, why did you buy that Falcon Hot Wheels?
Check this out. Yeah, this is another another purchase. I'm in the
Bobby.
I'm in the
It's such a
grocery
gimmick.
store.
They
I'm
put
in the
these
grocery
characters
store.
on a. It makes no sense for him to have a van.
It does it because he can fly. But it's I thought Gary would like
They
this.
did that. No, look, they do that with a lot of
Combat-
superheroes on Hot
Because they
Wheels.
have the
Larry, I
combat
love
medic.
I've got a few,
Yeah. Let me hold this the right way. But
but
here.
it's dumb when it's just like a truck with the thing painted on it, or Hulk
I'm
on it or
walking-
something like
It
that.
is. I'm walking down the aisle and I see this cover
Yeah.
from Falcon 49, like
From Marvel
old
Premiere.
school. And
That's
you
Marvel
got
Premiere number 29, 49.
49.
Yeah. It's
49,
not as
yeah.
That's not the regular Falcon miniseries. That was
Yeah.
much earlier than that.
But you got the old school Falcon and
It's got a
Red Wing.
replica of the
who I miss.
comic in there. It's just a picture.
No,
Or
just
the
the
cover.
picture, unfortunately. Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of. I mean, it's weird that they use that cover, but okay.
So I'm a sucker for this. You're going down the store. So the other figures they had were what else do they have? They got Captain America.
Yeah, exactly. They're just no
Kal-El, I
way.
was thinking the same thing. Stephen M says, is that Falcon's mystery machine? I was thinking the
Why does-
exact same thing.
Why in the hell does Taskmaster have a whatever?
Yeah, they got
why is
Nick
he on a
Fury.
vehicle?
Well, because
Look
they
at
have to have a
Taskmaster.
bad guy. You got to have a bad guy.
Why highway hauler? Oh my goodness! Red
Yes, they got
Skull
two
has
bad guys.
an MBK van for some freaking
Yeah.
reason.
So
mean, it looks
Cap
cool.
goes with Skull.
It's just-
Yeah, the Cap
it's
one
like-
I might buy.
Oh yeah, the cat one's Buscema.
And Land Rover. Oh, and that's old school Nick Fury too.
Lenrod wins the chat.
Old school Nick Fury. So I mean, that's pretty awesome. So this, you know, you
Yeah,
see
it is
this
old school Nick-
in the aisle, you're
Fury.
like, God, bastages, must buy. You know, I
But
got to
they do
get
that
my
all the time,
cornflakes.
man.
Yeah,
They know people are going to have to buy it.
yeah.
But even I've stopped because I stopped. I said, no, they're not going to get me. Now, see
They
that
didn't get
that
you,
makes sense.
see?
That's a national.
That's why you're the
They've got
captain.
me a
and I'm
couple
just
of
the
times.
engineer.
Now, they've got me a couple of times, but I had to stop with it. Now, when they do something like, for example, a buddy of mine found the Blackbird, Hot Wheels of the Blackbird. Did you see that? That was pretty cool. He gave me that recently.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen
That
that.
makes sense. It's an airplane. It's an
Yeah.
X-Men's airplane, by the way.
Yeah, so this is just, if you're a Ford GT40 lover, this
That's
is
nice.
that's a classic classic
You're
car.
knock,
So that was
knock
next
the
to
Orville
that.
over.
Yeah, gonna knock you over. Of course, and then Raquel, don't say the Beatles are.
Oh,
Oh,
I
look.
oh, that's
He bought that
the
beautiful,
Beatles.
what is that? Is that a magazine? A People magazine.
Yeah,
Isn't that sweet?
That's new, huh?
yeah.
So nice.
That's
The
new, yeah.
People magazine put that mediocre band on that cover.
Oh, and the fighting words.
You're gonna
Mediocre.
knock. Man, there
They're
goes
gonna knock
Spidey. There goes the
Yeah,
Orville.
I got too much stuff on this desk. God, you keep getting stuff. I need a bigger house. I need a TARDIS. Yeah, so of course, you're in the checkout line. Love the Beatles. The Beatles are not overrated. They're
I
one
love
of the
Beatles.
world's
I
greatest
love Beatles.
bands.
Okay. But like I said, my daughter was devastated that I could free Rainbow Flash from her dome prison. Well,
Aw.
So I purchased of course, this was in the checkout aisle
Hey,
too.
spin kicks. I'm
whoa,
getting
Star
spin kicks from
Wars.
Hungry Boy.
Is that new?
This is new, yeah. 45th anniversary. of the
They didn't
Star
put
Wars.
any filth in there, did they?
I didn't even look. I
Of
just
course they
saw
did.
the cover.
Oh my God.
I saw the cover, and I purchased it
Nice cover.
because that's that classic
They're gonna
cover
put
here.
trash in there.
Wow,
How much we betting
so
that's
far,
trash in there? They do it when it's Star Trek or anything else, so they'll do it in this too.
I hope not. Let's see here.
Got some Macquarie art in there.
Yep. Well, I'm doing this.
Probably.
I didn't bring my mic stand over. Hold on to me.
Don't bend it too much.
You're
Ah.
on Max Amanda Bear, right?
Yep. They got Phil.
Yes, Nirot.
What?
Nothing, Nirot.
Oh, the back.
Don't offend your eyes.
They might as well be the Backdoor Boys.
Yes.
Hey, it looks like this is only about real Star Wars. The first movie. It's only about the real movie. Well, it's got other originals. Oh,
So far.
I don't
yeah,
mind
so far
seeing
it
Darth Maul in there, but that probably means they're going to put Disney trash in there.
Well, let me go to the end here.
I wonder if I want poutine.
If you want Woody,
Poutine.
I do.
Or as the French say, poutine.
It just the name of it's turned off, but I see the pictures and I want that. Okay, they
It's
got
an art form.
they're showing shit from new crap, aren't they?
Yep.
Mandalorian.
Mando.
Just the Mandalorian.
Hey,
That's
hey,
okay.
hey,
crap.
don't push down on the book.
Well, that's just showing the covers.
Oh,
Come on.
I hate it when you do this
Gee.
Look
stuff.
at that BB-8. Oh,
I don't mind BB-8. It wasn't his fault. His
he's
movie
part of
sucked.
filth.
Ah, well.
He's a part of the maggot-infested filth of Disney. Disney is maggot-infested. Oh, look, there's Ray. And Glass Jedi. Screw you, Time Magazine. I hate you guys. Go to straight to hell, Time Magazine.
But I have to say, 95% so far has been original Star Wars. So
Well, I put
thankfully.
that crap in there, see? I don't like it, see? Everything all go straight to hell, see? It's not belong there. That's filth, see?
And look, Leia is telling her to get R2D2. Go find Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Go
who
find
helped me.
Obi-Wan Kenobi who
Who
helped me 8 years ago.
before. Yeah, go grab him. I need help
Mr.
again.
Angel, I'm like ethnic Irish. Like my people, like DNA, like we're like indigenous Irish. Don't mention beef stew to me at 11 p.m. because now I want beef stew. You terrible, terrible man.
I have
And JT Kirk, yes, I do want poutine or poutine. I want to have, and if you don't know what that is, everyone out there, although many
don't
of you
look
do
at
know
it,
what
it'll make you
is.
want it.
It is French fries, deep fried, until they're crispy golden brown. They can't be yellow; they got to be golden brown. Then you top it with oodles and poodles of cheese, usually cheese curds, and then you top it off
man.
with a strong gravy, usually a beef gravy,
Hungry.
not a chicken gravy. It's got to be like a beef gravy. And other people put other things on it, but I'm a purist. But tonight, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some French fries.
Thank you, Cardinal Sen, for the super.
They're going to
sticker
be
button.
delicious. Then I'm going to smother the French fries in cheddar cheese and mozzarella
Thanks,
cheese.
Gordon.
And then I'm going to pour the gravy on it.
Cardinal Sen, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And you're killing me.
Cardi!
Number one, you're killing me with that stuff. But I did have some really good red beans and rice my mom made tonight. Which I'll
Ooh,
probably
but
eat.
you're
we
going
were
to
gonna have
you're gonna
no
pay for
food
that
talk.
tomorrow. Everybody,
it'll kill me. Yeah.
attention, everyone.
The great
the
Cardinal
great
Sin.
Chris Persia, the one of my favorite humans in the whole world. Chris Persia is going
Okay,
to bed. He
Chris.
says, going to bed before I succumb to all this food porn talk.
Yeah,
I love you very
exactly.
much, Chris.
Take it
Have
easy,
a great
buddy.
night,
Right, Chris.
Thank you, Craig. Chris. This looks like dog crap.
Claude posted this. He said it was a must buy.
So you wouldn't bought it because he posted it. He enabled you.
He enabled me. Yeah.
Why would you get
Oh,
that?
come
It
on,
looks
this is cute.
like a
It's a
little
short-
ride at the outside.
Because
at
anything
the,
Batman 66 is going to be
I
purchased.
love Batman. That's what I'm saying. That looks like one of those little rides outside of the grocery store that the kids put their toddlers in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, that adults put parents
Yeah,
put their
yeah.
toddlers in.
Yeah, well, that's free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good night,
Unfortunately, this
sweetheart. Thank you
box
so
came
much for
very-
being here. Thank you for all you do for the show. And just thank you for being you. I just love your personality. I love everything you bring to this show. I love your conversation. You're such a great and a loyal friend. Good night, sweetheart.
Take care, buddy. But no, I probably would have got this too.
Yeah, so it's free
You
this-
probably would have got, so now he fesses up.
Well, I mean, it is Batman 66, like you said.
It does look like the car you would see in the front of Woolco.
yeah.
And
so
your
you put a
mom would
quarter in
put
there.
25 cents in it, and you go up and down and
Yep.
up and down in front of Woolco.
That's right. Woolco. They had Woolco up there. We had Woolworths. So I don't know if we had Woolcos. Yeah, there you go.
Batman is free to go get the Joker now.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Nice.
pretty damn cute.
That's a Zeller's kid ride right there. That's what that is.
Zellers. Yeah, Zeller.
Oh, it's got the packs on the back too. Yep. So it's pretty. Not bad. Not bad.
It's got the pack lids on the back.
Yeah, the parachutes packs on the back.
I know. I said pack lids. You're supposed to join me.
Pack lids. Yeah.
We go.
We go.
Emergency bat turn.
And the wheels are that's a cuter. That's a gooder, I think.
That's a gooder. I love that you have so many Canadianisms. I love it.
Unfortunately, the package came damaged from Amazon, so I got to buy another one in the package.
Another one.
Oh, you ordered it from Amazon?
Yeah, and it came all
damaged. Wow, you could have just got it at Walmart, probably.
I know, but then I saw it in the store the next day. It was like,
oh shit.
But it was only like $3 or $4.
We go fast.
We
are strong.
So here's the other purchase that I made. I finally got this. It was on sale.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
I had to buy this.
To make
4K.
us go.
If I had a 4K player, I'd get that.
Yeah.
But the Martin Blueberry won't play that.
Killing it. You killing it, baby.
Blu-rays?
Yeah, so this is the 4K Blu-ray collection. It was on sale on Prime Day for 40 smackles. Yeah, it's a 4K Ultra HD and digital. I don't know if it has the regular DVDs in this one.
Or Blu-rays.
JT Kirk.
They don't have Blu-rays.
You are smart. You fix things.
I'm not sure, actually.
You make things go.
Let's see here.
It says Blu-ray special features.
Well, I can open it up.
Right? It won't play on my. No, don't open it.
Well, you have a 4K TV. Well, here I'm going to open the.
Why does it have 4 movies? There are only 3 movies. I'm kidding. We're just making fun of the Crystal Numbskull.
We're just having fun tonight. Yeah, we're having fun tonight. Yeah.
Did you like Crystal Numbskull?
No, I did not like that with Judd or Jed or who was in it. Who was in that movie?
Yeah, Jed was in it.
Oh, you gotta get the guy's name?
Larry. Thank you so much for the $2 super choices. Thanks to Clubber, Raquel, Mark for being y'all. Well, thank you for being you, sir. You were too kind. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, sir.
And my fellow nerd has stepped forward to talk geek. She says the fourth one is a coaster.
And not even a good coaster. Wait, are you saying something wrong with the movie with a guy surviving a nuclear blast in a refrigerator? Have you seen Indiana Jones 4, audience? Nothing? No.
Raquel? I would never watch that. Would never happen.
How dare you? It's Indiana Jones.
I know, but it doesn't have any appeal for me.
Have you seen any of those movies?
I think I've seen the first one, and I might have seen the second one in the theater.
Oh, those are the best.
You hadn't seen Last Crusade?
No, I haven't seen any of that.
Those three. Oh, crap. No, they're the greatest movies ever, especially the first one.
Oh, well, then maybe I should watch them. I'll watch them then.
No, don't listen to me. Look, I don't tell people. I'm teasing. I don't tell people to watch anything. I'm saying.
No, I will watch them. Hey, will you watch a movie for me?
Yes, I will.
It's called Mind Walk.
I think I've seen that, haven't I?
It's a very good nerd.
Who's in that? Remind me.
That has the guy from Law and Order in it.
I need more.
What's his name? Oh, I have stream brain. Hold on.
What is it about though? I need like premise or something.
It's like one of the. It's one of my favorite films because it gets into systems theory. And I absolutely love systems theory. I did a graduate seminar on systems theory in university, and it has one of my favorite systems theorists in it. His brother actually made the film. Hold on for 1 second, and I'll give you the particulars.
Well, so you're basically saying it would be beyond my comprehension.
No, you will be able to understand.
Sam Waterston. Okay, I'm just trying to remember if I've heard of it before.
Yeah, that's his name, Sam Waterston. Sam Waterston.
Yeah.
Sam Waterston was great on the show. QED.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
How old
is Jurassic Park? Was it in Jurassic Park?
No, he wasn't.
Who was the lead in Jurassic Park? The guy.
Yeah,
who was the
Neill.
old? Sam Neill. Oh, God.
Yeah.
What do I know? I've been drinking that orange drink now. It's
great.
So here's this cool map poster you get.
Nice.
With the movie.
I love that whistling.
So that's kind of cool.
I haven't want to see Indiana Jones. I got to do the theme.
Field notes. Yep. Bum, bum, bum.
You
Yep.
get trouble.
Dun, 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 dun,
So
dun,
it
dun,
looks
dun,
like
the
it's
greatest
4K.
Scores of all time, John Williams. So that's 4K, so it wouldn't play on my little.
Temple of Doom, 4K, and then Last Crusade, 4K.
Well, they're all going to be
What's
4K.
this?
It's a 4K set.
Crystal Skull.
Crystal
Why are there
Skull.
Temple of Doom? Let's see what these discs are. Temple, Last Crusade.
I love.
Oh, and then it must be. It must be. Special features. Yep. So this is the.
Don't throw it.
Don't throw it. Yep.
Well, you can throw that one.
Yep.
Frisbee.
Oh, that was a bad movie.
I actually call friends' machines when I'm really bored. Sometimes and just whistle stuff at them to aggravate them. I'll call them up and I'll do the Andy Griffith.
Yeah, but Hungry Boy and I like it. I think it's really good. It's not an annoying whistle. It's like the kind of whistle you want to listen to.
Man, it's disappointing. I was going for annoying. I'm sure it annoyed
you're
somebody.
not annoying.
I know it annoyed Max at least. At least if I annoyed him, that's something.
Maximum
By the way,
Redstone.
Max in a really cool picture. I don't know if I don't know if I have permission to show it, but it's pretty cool.
What? Show it.
It's just he didn't say I
Show
could
and
show it.
tell.
He didn't say I could show it.
So, well, we'll ask Max.
Cardinal has that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a great Crystal Skull District.
He said show it. I want to wait for permission, man.
Yeah, always get permission. Yep.
Yeah,
Well, of
it's
course,
called Respect, and I love that Clobby has it. Love you, Clobby.
Love you. Love you.
Indiana
more.
Jones was one of the fun memories with my
contest.
dad of watching. God, we love watching Indiana Jones. So God, he would have loved to see a 4K version because
Love it, Banana Jones.
And I got Batman for $14, and I love this movie. I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I got
Why
it
is
in
his
4K.
eye purple?
Why'd you buy that?
Because I like the movie, and I want to see all the
So
special
excuse.
Does he have
features.
a green dolphin in his
You didn't check with me
pupil?
and say, "Hey, should
I
I
didn't
like
check
this
with you
movie?"
first.
No. I'm sorry. You get.
Oh, look at
I
that!
just want to show the
Oh,
picture.
that's
Thank
cool.
you, Max.
Oh, that's awesome.
Max's scoring system explained.
That's awesome.
Ah.
Well done.
Davis, what did you think of this episode? Yeah, it was awesome. The episode with the Liberator fired on the Federation ships, and it was fire. You're pretty stupid, Beavis. They didn't even fire on the Federation ships on this episode. You're such a dumbass, fart knocker. Damn it, quit calling me fart knocker. I'm calling. What are you going to do about it, Beavis? I'm going to kick your ass. Beavis, you couldn't kick anyone's ass. I'm the great Cornelio. I watch Big 7. You don't. Never mind. Anyway.
Oh my God, so good.
Oh my.
That was awesome, Max.
We find
And
your
incredible.
very nice, Max. Where's your? Okay, here we go.
Incredible. There is
Sparkly Bat Boy is here.
He's got the question mark, the Joker, not the not Riddler. That's what I didn't like about the movie. It should have been called the Riddler, but I did like the music.
The Riddle Jigsaw Rizzler.
Yeah, I did not like that. I didn't like that they called him the Riddler.
She looked like crap.
I did like this movie. I like the
Hungry Boy.
motorcycles in the movie.
Okay, more whistling now, please.
I like the motorcycles. So
Yeah, the motorcycles.
Cool.
All right, it's not a bat cycle. Yes, JT, we did.
Hungry
We did
Boy.
speak of Orville earlier.
No, this
Twinkle Bat must go.
Twinkle Bat, Sparkle Batty.
DJ Kirk said, "Did we already talk Orville?"
yes, we
sir.
did.
We did. Yeah.
A couple minutes. Yeah.
I don't know. That movie didn't. The Batman didn't age well for me, and I'm not that I'll ever watch it again. But the more I thought about
You're
it,
not coming over to watch it with me. That I got it on Blu-ray.
I mean, if you're making,
I'll be right
ribs
over.
or
Are you
something,
making ribs?
If you're making ribs, I'll sit through it.
Making ribs, right?
You better make a lot of ribs because it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
That's true, right? Now this next thing is going to get me in trouble, but I had to have this one. So this
What?
is going to get me in big trouble.
I hope
big
your wife
trouble
is
here.
not going to watch this.
Hold on, I got to put the mic down.
Don't look, hungry boy. No, I can't stop Andy Griffith. I feel like watching an Andy Griffith marathon. Oh
I'm
my
in big
God!
trouble now. I'm in big trouble now.
Are you out of your damn mind? Did you see that they came? The Galactus thing shipped. Did you get yours? Not that you didn't order.
Oh, what shipped?
HasLab Galactus. I saw a
Oh, it did
box.
ship?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I saw something online that showed people with a box of it, the box,
Uh-oh.
and it being unboxed somewhere.
Oh yeah.
An unboxing of it. I don't know if it's a video or what. I
I'm
forgot
assuming
where I
Michael's
was.
retroblasting, obviously. Yeah.
Snail Messiah says that Mark's making pineapple and clam ribs.
You know, I hate
Oh, that's-
Funkos, but that
This
does,
is cool.
That doesn't look quite
This
as
is
bad.
cool. This is the only one that I the
knew that
thing
was a
one. The big
Funko
thing is
Pop.
ugly, but this looked just too cool to me because this is
Well,
the
it's-
more old school
It's like
Marvel
them with
blacklight
black
posters.
light poster. Yeah, it's the old black light poster look to it.
Yeah, I wonder if I turn the light off, does he?
It might
it
be.
glow?
Yeah, you see, it does. It's the black
You
light.
could just leave the light out.
Oh, this is cool. This is so cool.
The comic
I had to
relief
have this.
crusader is leaving. He says, "Sayonara."
Good
well,
night,
he
sir.
didn't say
Well,
that.
we're
He said,
not far
"Night all."
behind you.
Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
we're 3 out. We're about to head out in a minute.
Yeah, I have to
And look-
eat.
After all that food talk, and look, it comes
Yeah.
with this little surfer.
Hey, oh, he's got a little yellow surfer. Why in the crap is he yellow? Damn it!
I don't know.
Why is he yellow?
The
Beavis?
backlight. Yep.
It
So I have to do an
started
unboxing video of
raining.
this.
Oh, it's raining really hard. I
Are you
can
getting
hear
rain?
it through the window. You know what that means?
No,
Cool sleep.
huh?
Don't you have air conditioning?
I have air conditioning in one room.
Wow. Yikes! Yeah, and the box is cool with all that black light art.
Yeah, it's a cool box.
Yeah.
So I mean, the big version of Galactus doesn't look as good. The thing actually looks horrible. The 12-inch thing.
Hey. Wow,
What
Hungry
they
Boy's
did?
not happy. Stick that Galactus atrocity in a pit with a battery acid. Why don't you get reviewed by Mr. Plankett? My goodness, this is my recruit idiotic son and his Galactus toys. Would you like some pizza rolls?
Well, just for scale, you can get an idea. Here's a
That is exactly
mini
what I'm
con.
doing, JT Kirk, and I love you. That is exactly what I'm going to do.
What? Sleeping in the rain with a belly full of PG. Yes. I can't get past that weird name for it, but man, it looks good when I see pictures.
Well, that was actually part of when I was camping for the week. The nights when it rains, it's the best. It's like because then it's nice and cool, and
Yes.
there's not as many bugs that you have to slap off your face.
I want to go
so-
and see the
The silver's not.
the
Sure.
origin of the word poutine just for the boss. Let me
No,
go
it's fine. It sounds weird, but I've seen the pictures. We've looked at them before, and I'm like, oh man, I want it. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's called crap teen. I don't need it.
I'm going to the etymological dictionary and I'm going to check. Be right
By
back.
the way, did you see these figures are at Target?
Which
I mean,
ones? The
The Princess Bride figures. I know
oh,
you
they have them
some of
Target
them.
now. Oh, I have
I
to
think
go.
I
Yeah,
saw-
'cause
they were at Target, I believe, or
I'll
maybe
have to go
Walmart,
check
I
that
don't know.
out.
Have you seen that Target exclusive Thor?
I've heard about it.
It
Yeah.
looks good. It's like they have
Yeah.
a Claude should have found them. I mean, there are a ton of them there too.
Wasn't it like
At least there
$40 or
was.
something though?
It's 30 something.
Yeah, it was
30.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks good. It looks like real deal. But
So this is a Christmas
Battle
gift
of
for my
Wits.
wife. Battle of Wits. I bought this for sure.
What is
She
that, a
loves
game?
Princess Bride. So it's a card game. Yeah.
oh,
So
cool.
So I grabbed that for her, and then all right. So this will redeem myself, even though you kind
Inconceivable.
of did it. Even though you kind of did admit you like the Galactus figure a little bit. So
No, I mean, I don't know. It's a Funko,
It's
so I hate
cool.
it on principle.
yeah, but with that
I think
that
it's a
paint
cool idea
scheme,
to
I
do
like.
the black light thing. I mean,
Yeah, so that's why I got that one. See, we think alike. Yeah. All right, so here's the last figure purchase that I have to show
Yeah.
today. So
I want to watch the first Avenger now. What
There we
do you
go.
think? And we're never going to force Raquel to watch a superhero movie, but this is one of the ones she should probably watch.
yeah,
Yes.
Well, we're not going to force you. I'm just saying, because you should. You're not. It's not your bag, and it's cool. But if you just like a good movie, I mean, this is like you don't get into like watching every damn Marvel movie or anything. But First Avenger is great because it's a beautiful. It rivals the original Superman film in a beautiful way of beautifully telling his origin, for the most part. And then the second film, it's Winter Soldier, probably is the greatest superhero movie ever made. Aside from Superman the movie.
Okay, boss, I have the answer for you. Poutine is Quebecois, so it's like Quebec French, and it's a slang word meaning mess.
Oh,
So
makes
That
sense.
explains that.
you just gotta go get a mess of fries
I
with a
think we
mess
just
of
call 'em-
cheese and a mess of gravy.
We just call them cheese fries here.
Ew.
Yeah, much
Ew.
easier to say cheese fries.
Well, they got
Well,
like
no,
cheese
because you have
fries
to
with
use
different
curds because curds only halfway melt, and
Ah,
they
okay.
create a really nice texture. So it's like if you're not doing it the Quebecois way, the Quebec way, you're just not doing it.
Oh. So I think this is the only only way to get Peggy Carter in the army uniform too. I think that was one of the few. I didn't think they had actually, they never have as many action figures of the ladies too. So
I
think
hear
this
you,
is the only
Kal-El.
way to get-
But the origin's beautiful. The way they tell Captain America's origin
yeah.
is maybe the best. Right up there. I mean, the first Iron Man movie does a wonderful job of telling the origin too, but this is just, oh man, it's so good. I'm gonna watch it right
It's
tonight.
great stuff. Yep. So so you don't get enough action figures of the ladies, right? So we got the
Yep, the Peggy
Princess
Carter. I love
Bride
Peggy
with-
Carter. She's
Peggy Carter. Yep. So so that was a couple of my Prime Day purchases. I thought I showed restraint, but when I got back, my wife's like, "You had an awful lot of packages delivered while you were gone." I'm like, "Chat, I thought I'd sent those purchases for show up later, please."
oops. What'd she say?
Well, some of them were for work, so I said so. But yeah,
Oh,
it wasn't that. It was only a few.
Well, these are
A
for
few
work.
things.
You're on a you're
Yeah,
working tonight.
it's research for the channel. Yeah,
I mean, we pay you
So-
more. We pay you. I mean, how much we paying you here anyway? Man?
yeah, a lot of poutine.
We pay you
Poutine? How do you
compliments.
say
Hear
it?
that?
Yeah,
Putin.
poutine. I can't.
How about Putin?
The sky gods are moving the furniture, and Mr.
What?
Angel says, "I can hear." Ooh, the chat just jumped. He says, "I can hear every sound on the stream. Hear the mouse clicking. Hear keyboards, pages being turned, air conditioning humming, dogs barking outside, cars, electrical humming, and birds."
He's got Daredevil hearing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then where is my hungry boy? Ah, my hungry boy says, "Mr. Angel, you are Roderick Usher." And he says, "Po ref for Raquel. Hungry boy, I love you." And Larry says, "Dirty fries.
I
You
think
just
he's
want
Matt
some
Murdock.
dirty fries."
He's Matt Murdock. I mean,
Yeah.
I can hear a click and stuff sometimes. Obviously, he's listening. I mean, we've got the headphones on, I guess, but
Yeah,
his hearing is like, he says, "Wow."
Mm-hmm.
That's
I can
some
hear a
super
little
hearing.
bit of it, but I think sometimes you try to block it out because you're like, "Oh God, I hope I'm not making noise."
I think
It's
it's
going through.
once in a while I will hear, number one, I'll hear you like click something if we're being relatively quiet, and you go to, I'll hear it something, but not all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you can hear it. You can't hear it when we're talking. It's impossible. But
When Mr. Angel is here and I have to star all of the comments that you're going to read,
yeah.
I actually mute myself when I know that he's there because it's just like he has very, very sensitive hearing.
Wow. Well, way to go. I mean, it'll serve you well in some circles.
Yep, and sometimes not.
And
though,
sometimes
right?
you never know. It could come in handy someday. I mean, maybe it already has. Like if someone like throws something at him from behind, he could hear it. He could just catch it, boom, like
Yep.
without him turning his head,
Hmm.
because he is like Daredevil. I go, that's in real life. In some buildings, all I hear is electric hums. Wow, it's like
Hmm.
canine level hearing there.
Yeah, that would make me nuts.
Yeah, I hear you, deuterishness. Wow,
Hmm.
that's cool that it has that prototype shield.
Yeah, I do
that
like that. I
fact.
might repaint it though because it looks kind of plasticky.
But it's supposed to, remember, that's how it looked in the movie. Because it was
Yeah, I'm just saying when you look at it up close.
the one that's not painted.
Yeah, you can see the molding lines.
Oh,
So
well, everyone, let us, or unless you got something else, Mark.
No, I was just saying that I might sand and repaint, but that's just being perfectionist.
It's
perfectionist.
fry time! Fries and gravy!
Yeah,
Fries
we're
and
hungry.
gravy!
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Well, we will. If you're sure you're done, Mark.
Oh yeah, no. Yep, thank you. It was always fun to share. Yep,
Yes, sir.
and don't tell the wife.
No, Oh, too late. I already sent her an email. Well, everybody, I tell you what, it's been a wonderful, fun night hanging out with you. It all goes by super fast for me anyway. I don't know about you. I will do a couple of show notes, and then we'll do our goodbyes and get at you here. How about that?
Dun,
Show
dun, dun,
notes. Tomorrow morning I will be on Loki. Oh, I got to remind myself too. I'll make my reminder. I'll be on with the Great Stone Loki's channel, reviewing the Orville at 8 a.m. Man, I better make that reminder too. I think it's 8 a.m. Oh my God, it's 8 a.m. Wow.
Oh my God.
Holy mother of...
Are you in the same time zone?
That's why I don't sleep
anymore.
anymore. I don't sleep. I'm not going to sleep. I didn't sleep last night. What? Well,
Are you
yeah,
in the
we're
same
at least
time?
we're in the same zone. Yeah, 8 a.m. Central. But yeah, we are. Loki and I are in the same zone. So, I won't be awake, but I'll be talking. I don't know. I doubt I'll be actually awake. Then, everybody, Saturday night Star Trek. Beginning a new chapter in our ongoing mission to review all of real Star Trek 66 through 05, the only real deal there is, 735 Club, starting with 4 episodes, including the pilot, of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please, it'll be same Clobby time, same Trek channel, or same Trek time, same Clobby channel, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Saturday night. Well, before I continue with my show notes, I'll let Mark tell you if he's got one. He's got Sunday Night Geekery coming up.
Yep, thank
10
you.
p.m.
Yep.
Eastern, right?
Yep. So yeah, it's great to be back from the wilds of Rhode Island, and God, it's nice to be in a real bed for a change.
Oh, there you go. I wouldn't know about that. I don't have one.
Yeah. So, but I had a great time and some good moments and good food was eaten. So yeah, I'll be getting back to the swing of doing some videos. So Sunday Night Geekery will be here, and then next week on Toxic Tuesday with Nick, they're gonna do another animated movie. We get to blame Canada. So
South Park movie.
Nick is
What?
doing South Park for episode 51. Yep, I'm
You
gonna
better
cut
send
the
some
uncle
shin
song.
kicks.
You don't know
Shin
that that song from that movie called Blame Canada?
Canada.
Won an Oscar for it.
They did,
I don't
yeah.
watch
Robin Williams.
I don't watch that South Park thing.
Robin Williams sings it, right?
I think so. Right? Yeah, that song. I was laughing so hard in the movie theater the first time I saw that.
It's all
You've never seen
so
you've
much
never
of,
seen that
of
one?
the footage of it through memes, but I've never watched that South Park thing.
I've
movie
seen
is
this TV show,
hysterical.
but I've never seen the that movie.
The movie is classic. The movie is just so good. But it's all an acquired. It's in a
Somebody made me watch the Team America movie.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that movie.
And
They made you watch
and it
it.
made me gag. I actually had to leave the room. Like I was physically sick from it. I was gagging and really bad, like this super
Sorry.
bad gag that you can't stop, where everything in your stomach is going to come up. I had to leave. There was no way I could watch that. I mean, I
Yeah,
tried.
but it's not. But they were puppets. They were puppets, Raquel. It wasn't even real.
What are
Those
you
puppets.
I love
talking
that
about?
movie. That's one of
Oh,
that movie's so good.
awful.
It was horrible. It was wonderful. I love that movie so much. It's my happy
Couldn't
place.
make that today,
It was so
probably. Yeah.
great. Larry, if you go to there's a Star Trek playlist on my channel. You can find if you go just to the main page and look at the playlist. It's a Star Trek one. And I put every
terrible.
I put every Star Trek review show in that playlist.
Larry, our TOS reviews are terrible. It's like I was still trying to find my feet in what I wanted to do. And I sort
It
of
was
felt
very different. Yeah.
weird. Like I felt like a fish out of water. I felt like I didn't really fit in with the crowd. I wasn't really sure how people were going to receive my idea of reading a book. And so like I would read like 9 million miles an hour, like almost like an auctioneer. I wasn't even thinking about what I was reading or anything like that, because I was just so nervous that people are going to be like, "Oh, this lady's dumb. She's an egghead. We don't want to hear a book. Let's just talk." And at that point in YouTube, everyone was talking about politics. So I really felt like I was dragging Clobby down. And so it made me quite nervous, and I wasn't myself. So I hope you enjoy the reviews, but they're kind of cringy. Sorry.
It took us a while to find our footing with it, like anything else. We don't, we didn't know, we didn't have much of a plan. We just wanted to review the show, but it was a lot of fun. I had fun doing it all.
Oh,
And
everyone, even those early shows, everything was great fun.
if it makes you
I
feel
love you,
better,
Mark. Thanks.
after we get done doing all these, we'll go back and redo the whole TOS series.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better. Anyway, and so yes, there we go, folks. That is Saturday night, and then of course Monday night, Mark C Comics Talk. Mr. Chief Engineer Mark D and I shall review the CLOBBERIN Classics Comics Review. We've having a lot of fun doing these. Marvel graphic novel from the 80s, The Big Change, with the Incredible Hulk and the Thing by Jim
Look at that
Starlin and Bernie
cheeseburger.
Wrightson. Yes. Oh, that's the funniest joke in the book.
Oh.
I don't know what to do with those cheeseburgers. Great comic, crazy, insane comic from the 80s. We're going to review it. A week from that, J-Man and I will also, review
So much fun.
Batman 321 by the great Lynn Wein, Walt Simonson, and Dick Giordano. But next Wednesday night, Wildcard is taken up by something else. I will be saving the entire universe single-handedly.
So awesome.
And I count down every single no one's going to listen because no one likes Blake 7 but me, but that's all right.
What?
I'm just saying. I own
If I
Blake
wasn't playing League, if I wasn't playing pool that night, I would totally be there.
Yeah. I'm not talking about. I knew you would if you were. I'm like, yeah, of course. Anyway, I shall rank and rate, and even talk about every single episode, all 52 episodes of the great series Blake's 7. So, before we say our goodbyes, do you have any closing words? Number one.
Yes, I want to say thank you to everyone who was a part of this wonderful conversation tonight. You guys are hysterical, brilliant, slightly evil, slightly heroic, just marvelous people to be around. And it is an honor to host this show with these two marvelous men and hold your company. You are all true friends to us and just are sensational, dynamic personalities. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Great company tonight. I want to thank all the wrenches for your hard work, especially my fellow nerd and fellow INTJ antiderivative Jill, who is Quick Draw McGraw, keeping those nasty gremlins at bay. Mark D with a C is a talented maker. That's Nerd and Geek Talk for he makes really cool stuff that you can't buy in stores. So if you're not following him, please go to his YouTube channel and please follow him around on all of his social media. And if you ever want to have him commission something, he can make some really lovely things from geekdom, and he's very talented. Please watch his, if you're interested in Mark as a maker, and you're interested in commissioning something from him, I highly suggest you watch his video on the making of his Doomsday Machine. Just amazing work. I want to thank Clobby for creating the Clubhouse for us, for creating this channel and indulging all these nerds and geeks and dorks and normies and just giving us a space to talk about all this fun stuff that we love so much, to create this crew, to create this environment, this community, and all of these friendships. I wouldn't know any of this stuff or any of these people without you, honey. Thank you for Blake 7, for The Prisoner, and all of my new friends. I adore you. You're one of my best friends in the whole world.
Thank you so much.
And that's it.
Well, we'll start saying our goodbyes, but first I want the final results on the poll that I just closed it. With 40 votes, all the precincts are in. What did you think of the latest episode of The Orville was the question. And first place was at 40%. It was meh. Huh? In second place at 30%, it was liked it. In third place, wow, with 17%, is hated it. And in last place, the caboose at 12% is loved it.
Wow.
So, wowzers.
Oh, boss man,
yeah.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Go for it.
You know what? I really think that I've overlooked something that I should be saying. And so first I would like to apologize because it was rather rude of me. And second of all, I just want to say how much I love Anti-Derivative Jill and what a wonderful person she has been in promoting this channel and all the different shows we have. And Anti-Derivative Jill has her own YouTube channel, and she's growing her listenership, her community there. So I would just like to call Anti-Derivative Jill to the carpet right now and ask her to please put her URL
channel in there, Jill.
Put that in there, and you know what, folks, please go ahead and click on that and support Anti-Derivative
It's in my
Jill.
description too, I believe. So.
She's so fun. She's such a level-headed, wonderful person. She's not a geek. She likes lots of geeky things, but she's not. She's a mathlete. She's a math teacher, so she's a nerd, and she loves books like I do. But when she hosts a show, she puts so much work into it. She's such a level-headed, pragmatic, rational person, and she's just a heck of a lot of fun to be around. So I want to promote my wonderful loyal friend, our wonderful and loyal friend, Anti-Derivative Jill.
Love you, Jill. Great to see you, and always just love to have you here. Appreciate you. She's our
I think she's got an Orville show tomorrow, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, she does a show. No, she does a full review of the Orville on Tuesdays.
Oh, Tuesday.
She does a show on Fridays. Usually she does.
That's when I'm mixing
one tomorrow night.
Yep.
Where she talks reviews a few things and talks about some stuff. So if I don't know if she's doing it tomorrow or not, but she does have one. So everyone, thank you for being here tonight. We'll start saying our goodbyes now. Phantom Outsider, thank you for being here, buddy.
Yep.
The Great J-Man. Chris Persia. Just he had to run, but thank you so much. We shout you out whether you're here or not.
Yep.
Dave Bob, thank you. Pleasant Valley Picker, thank you for being here. Kal-El Buddy, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Indeed. Wendy Webb was here tonight. Thank you so much, my dear, for being here.
Trauma Warrior.
Indeedishness. I had to back this thing up a good bit so to make sure we got everybody. I backed it up to the beginning. Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Let's see here. Sorry, I want to. It's backed up quite a bit, so I don't want to miss anyone. Captain James T. Skywalker was here tonight.
Yay.
Minimus was here tonight. Steve Mitchell was here tonight. Boosh McFadden was here tonight.
Boosh!
Always a special friend of ours we just appreciate him so much. Hungry boy. Yes, and hungry. Originally tonight he was hungry for proper inking, like Wrightson. He's got a different name since then, but it's still that one that I'm saying here.
No more cheesy music guests in sci-fi.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here, Hungry Boy, buddy. You're the best,
Yeah,
man.
you really are.
Mark Lurset, thank you for being here tonight.
Good night.
Lynn Rod, thank you so much for being here with us. Appreciate
night,
you.
Glenn.
Dave, hey Dave, thank you.
Dave!
Ezra Goldstein,
Good night,
thank
Ezra.
you. The Comic Relief Crusader, buddy, be good. Joe's Atmosphere, thanks for popping in, a fellow Luzanian.
Yeah,
and
and
a
he
comic
listened
artist.
to the podcast tonight. He said at the outset that he would not be participating in the chat, but he has stayed with us and podcasted us as though we were a radio station. So a huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Terrific of you, and I hope you had a good time.
Joe, if you're still out there, buddy, thank you for listening. I appreciate you. And by the way, before I continue, thank you to everyone who's either listened and just lurked, or for anyone who is listening to this later on a download or a repeat. So we really appreciate you so much.
Yep.
And thank you so much. Please, if you haven't already, like or subscribe.
Yep.
And I'm sure you like and subscribe. Mr. Angel.
Chef.
I'll talk a little bit lower when I say this. So with the man with the hearing, but we appreciate you, Chef. Thank you.
Chef.
Indeedishness. Snail Messiah, my friend. Thank you.
Hysterical tonight.
Captain Time Lord Spock, the master of time travel.
Never mind. His name is Captain Cockney Spock. It's the Cockney guy.
Get full us of Ptolemy's minion.
And the pepperoni.
This is getting out of hand.
No, it's not. I love
It's
it.
getting out of hand. Oh, It's like I'm scrolling now, folks. Sorry. Sorry. Here we go. Bump, bump. Chiquita, pop culture Republic and pop culture curator. Both were here.
Yes. Pop,
Thank
pop,
you.
pop. Popping all over.
Pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop.
Popping all
Pop,
over.
Popping on heaven's door. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Making sure we got everybody, folks. Sorry, just we don't like to leave anyone out. It's special to you're all special to us. Usually I have them written down so it doesn't take us long. Mazerus was here. Thank you, Mazerus. I think we got most everybody. Larry. Hey, Larry. Let's see. As soon as I say that,
Larry. I love you, Larry.
That's why I say that, because as soon as I say that, somebody else I'll see another name. Go, oops, we didn't get them.
Did we tell JT Kirk what a marvelous human being he is?
I didn't, but you just did. JT
I love
Kirk.
you, JT Kirk.
Thanks for being here, JT Kirk. Appreciate you, buddy. Always good to see you, my friend.
Jill says that we had her in stitches all night. She had a great time. She really laughed tonight.
Thank you so much, Jill.
Thanks, Jill.
Yeah.
We love Jill.
Yeah. JT Kirk was funny too. I know he was. And you two were riffing off each other, making it just hysterical. Had a great time.
Koala Jeebus. Say hello to Monkey Jeebus for us.
Koala Jeebus.
They maybe I think they're related for sure.
Yes, to Monkey
Possibly,
Jeebus.
Let's all say a good warm goodbye to our good friend Naked HD out there. Must be chilly.
On.
Put some clothes on.
Must be chilly. Yep.
Yeah. Actually, no, not this weather. Did you know, number one, that I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow.
Aw.
The nerdporeal life form, buddy. You caught that lyric, I'm sure.
I did.
I like that song.
Expertly deployed.
Let's see here.
And now I'm going to have it in my head for like the next 2 weeks.
I love you more today than rest of Stevie Wonder, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure.
No. Who does that?
Who does that song? Why do I think it was Stevie Wonder?
Who does that song?
Come on, Mark, you should know it.
I'm trying to remember.
I think it's not Stevie Wonder. Who is it then?
No.
Someone on chat will save us.
Oh, somebody
someone
save
will
me.
know it. Yeah, it's not. You're right. I don't know why I thought it was him. I could have swore it was him, but no, I'm not. Max Redstone, brother. See, you got to go stroll all the way down to catch everybody. And
Maximum Redstone.
Maximum Redstone. Wagnar was here.
Gwagnar.
They're out in Bear was here. Hey.
That's right. Yeah.
Joined me
Every
in
time I
pointing
think of-
out the mediocre band.
Indeed, it's just Oliver Belmonte. We forgive you. We forgive you both for not having good taste in bands and not calling out the greatest band of all time, the Beatles. Let's see here. No one's told us what it is yet.
No. What
Someone's
the heck's
gotta
wrong
know.
with everyone?
Wow, we all sleeping on the job there, folks.
Oh, one of my neighbors is driving by. Mr. Angel will be able to hear that.
I can't hear it. I could not hear anything.
I had to mute earlier because somebody went by and they had like one of those like stove top bikes that make like a lot
I'm
of
calling it, folks, because I think we got everybody. Anybody we missed, we apologize, but we've got to let you get out of here. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. Again, you have the best. I'll play us out with these important messages. And everybody go get
Ribs.
something to eat. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your night and a great weekend. See you on the stream. See you Saturday night, I hope. Clobber on, clobberers, and clobberettes. rod. Yay!
Yay!
Good night, everyone.
Not everybody.
Crap, 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 crap.